this shit lit.
Brothers Easter. I've been trying to highlight the fact that, like, I'm a fitness dude, you know what I'm saying?
When I first met you, nigga, you was, I mean, you know, you should have been doing that.
Yeah. Show these people how to get these games. A lot of people be like, yo, Danza's small.
Nah, man. Hell no, nah. When I met him, he was honest. I was like, okay. You could tell, you know what I'm saying? Like your shit was sculpted. You could see, you know what you was doing. That's why Dan's ready to knock Charleston White's ass out. Knock his other eye out. I get Charlie's ass up in the gym. All that shit he talk, he need to be in the gym. Charlie B.O. See, one thing about Charleston White, you ain't gonna be able to get him. You can't sneak him from the side because he got one eye that look over there and one eye that look this way.
It's just, you know, like the area I grew up in and shit like that. Like, this shit ain't meant for us. Okay, me too. It's just a bunch of bitch-ass excuses. You either want it or you don't, that's it. 6ix9ine, he said it. He was like, yeah, but, you know, he be always taking his shirt off and shit like that. You do it though. But the only thing about this dude, when he works out, I give him props for everything, but he be making the ugliest faces.
You know what? It's real shit too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Let me see if I can stop making these faces and try to do it regular. Yeah. But the faces help me. I ain't gonna lie. I found out that they help me. I've been doing it for so long. It's the truth. You're right. I got Spider Man. Yes, sir. Go with this shit, brother. Let's get one.
You want to lift?
Yeah, you might as well give it to me.
Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Yep, got it.
Yep. Boom, come on. Good shit.
One time in my life, it was the most I ever got. It was 315. I got it one time. I haven't got it since then.
It's heavy, bro.
No, it's heavy.
All right, I'm gonna do it by myself.
But tell me if you need me.
If I need you,
I'm right here. I'm right here for you. Let's go. Charleston White, this is what you gonna get, baby. Right here. Let's go, Danza. Yup, we got that. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Let's go. Come on, give me some.
Let's run it. Yep, come on. Run it, let's go. Yep. Go, come on. There you go. There you go.
Woo! Strong like bull. Good money. Good money. Good money. That's money there, baby. Let's go.
What is that, Charleston White right there?
That's one of his eyeballs.
That was a good one. What if his eye just jumps out and starts running around the place and shit? Don't ever get it twisted. That boy no joke in the gym.
We're about to make people do this shit every time. That's going to be difficult to find somebody that'll keep up with me. The Z-Step just did it.
That boy's no joke in the gym. Stop playing with him. Miguelito.
Welcome back to the projects, my boy.
Come on, man. It's home, man. What's up, man? Big Chris, what's up, man?
I missed you a long time. Yeah, we had a nice little workout.
Hey, hold on. He's a beast in the gym, man. And we had a good workout, man. Word, beast.
I'm trying to tell him they don't listen to me.
Nah, Dan's is beastie. Let's go. It's about my 7th time, so I should be the Hall of Fame by now.
I think that's definitely a thing.
Hey, listen, man, I know my chair and everything.
Gotta have a record by now.
I know my chair and everything.
Definitely got a record by now.
Yeah, I've been on here at least 7 times. About 6, 7 times, I think. I was looking at the last spot. It had to be about 2 or 3. Yeah. I've been here already 2 times here.
Yeah,
so it's at least 6.
Yeah. It might be more.
It could be more.
I think it's more.
And then the gym, you know, we did a whole episode in the gym. So yeah, man, I should be on the Wall of Fame at least by. You gotta do a Wall of Fame at some point.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you got it because you've had some some interesting, and congratulations, man. I mean, I watch you from the start, and you keep just going up at a pace like.
Grab those headphones.
Oh man, you know me, yeah, headphones. But yeah, I'm proud of what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? I've watched you, you know, because I've seen it. Anytime I see somebody from the start and grind it from the start, because people don't know. You can turn it down a little bit at my phones. People don't really know what it takes, man. Like everybody thinks this shit be so easy, and you know you have to invest in yourself. And I've watched you invest in yourself, Danz, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? I've watched y'all consistent, same crew. That's what I love too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, shout out to Landon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Kelvin, you know what I mean? Because those are Apollo, the dog, you know what I'm saying?
The real dogs.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you guys, man. And you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know, you guys have made your mark in the podcast world within the culture, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Hell yeah. And with all that said, Orlando, let's go ahead and let's get this show started.
Come on.
It's a special one because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. There's so much that people see, and then there's so much. I'm not gonna cuss immediately. There's so much nonsense that goes on with the typers.
Yeah.
Right, the people that just comment and make up their own narratives. I tried to tell people a million times. Don't get me wrong, like we sold it a little bit. Right,
this my brother, man. Don't ever. Listen, let me tell you, Dan's got a strong personality. I got a strong personality. We alphas. This is my brother. You know what I mean? I started with him. You know, I was one of the first ones on your show.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
You know, I hold that dear, and you know, I've come to learn, like we was talking when we was coming in here, like I'm understanding what the internet is now. You know, you can't take the internet as serious as I think people do, you know what I'm saying? And when they see situations, man, you know, I mean, it's entertainment, and sometimes it's intriguing because perception turns into reality. But, you know, man, listen, man, look, I get happy when I come. First of all, he's in Miami, so it ain't like I'm coming to, you know,
bump up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's cold, and it's like, you're already happy when you're here, you know, as soon as you get to Miami.
Yeah, facts.
And then your shit is so dope, like, you know, like you've made your shit so f***ing dope. So when you come here, and then you had the bomb-ass weed, so how the f*** can I be upset when I come here, man? I'd be happy as hell.
Shout out Ted Buds, by the way.
Ted Buds, your shit's bomb. He had some shit, I guess you left.
Yeah. And
yeah, man, we're going to have a good interview because of you, Ted Buds. I'm waiting for my gold box, buddy.
So listen, it's been a very long time since we sat down. Right, I feel like it's been over a year now,
at least.
You know, and there's so much that has gone on in your life. You know what I mean? In all of our lives, but there's definitely so much. You got all these movies coming out, controversy after controversy. I think we could just say that by now.
Well, every time I come, you're having another kid.
Right about
what
that. You got him there.
Damn, will you contain it, motherfucker?
Yeah, nah, I can't. You know, again, I started having kids at 36 years old.
Which is a good age.
Yeah, for sure.
I tell people, like, I guess we've normalized having kids so young, but I don't want to say it's wrong, but we're not ready. Nobody's ready. Having a kid at 21, 22, 23, we have them and we get through. But man, it's always wait. It's always good to wait until you're stable, until you're an adult. And man, yeah, like I came, he said, yeah, having another one. I said, damn. Every time I come, that's what he says. Every time I come. Nah, that's dope, bro.
Every time I come, I have another kid too.
Hey, he's getting quick. He still got it.
So yo, I guess we start there, right? There are children.
Yes.
Well, I just did an interview with 6ix9ine.
Right.
6ix9ine says.
Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. Danny D.
You know, we do the interview with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine goes because you know he's got the issue with Trippie Redd.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I swear. Hold on. Can someone bring me to speed on him?
I'm not too well versed.
Does anybody know what it is?
I don't know exactly what the issue stems from. I know it's from some sort of disconnect. They were friends at once, then shit went left.
Really?
Yeah. And
something behind the music, I think he said.
Yeah.
Something behind the music.
Behind the music?
I just remember seeing a clip of him saying, "Yeah, I stole that beat." So I don't know.
Trippie stole his.
No, 6
he
stole Trippie.
Oh, okay.
And went like platinum.
They're both. How old is 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine, I believe, is 29.
He's 29.
Yeah.
Okay, Trippie's about 26, right? 27, 26.
He's young. Yeah.
He's young. So you know what I'm saying. So go ahead, tell me, because I don't.
So yeah, he said that. I said his top 5 baddies. One of them was Coi Leray. He said, but he'd want her pregnant.
Oh man, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, look, listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. This is what I've come to learn as a father. The internet, all the, you know what I'm saying. I've come to just stay in my lane. Coi can handle herself very, very well, and that's, you know, I mean. I worry about, like, man, what if that would have happened? You know what I'm saying? So what if 6ix9ine would, I would have, man. Because I still haven't met Trippie. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know, I still haven't met Trippie, so I don't even know. You know, all this is I don't want to use the word weird. It's just not the conventional way that, you know what I'm saying, like when you're...
It's not the TV family, like
I mean, it's definitely not that.
The family matters.
You know, yeah, right, but it's like, it's even beyond that. It's like with the internet, it throws in an extra layer of, wow, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, wow, man, like how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the baby's beautiful. I mean, the baby's gorgeous, man. And Coi, and I know, you know, I know Coi is a boss, and I'm saying this with all due respect. Like, when you look at the stuff she's done and how she's done it, just from a guy that's inside looking in, but if I was outside looking in, she really is bossed up. She really makes a decision. She really is the guider of her career, though she has other people around her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of that. Now, the situation of her having a child, I'm sure... If I know Cece, like I know her, you know, this was thought out. You know what I'm saying? This just wasn't random. You know, I know they had been dating before. I know my father had went out there and met him. You know, because my thing was, and not just Trippie, right? But I necessarily never want to, like, and you're gonna feel like this too. I never necessarily want to meet anybody with my daughter. Yeah, it's awkward for me, I feel that. Because, you know, I'm a street. And I know how I was, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, until I'm comfortable, like if she was with you maybe for a year, a nice little year or something. Like, oh, it's for real? Now it's for real. Now maybe I have no problem meeting you, but I don't want to get into meeting him and then meeting him. And so I'd rather not meet nobody, you know, until I know she's really with someone. And now, my father had went out and met him. And, you know, I was like, Dad, you know, because, you know, Schnap's a street. You know what I'm saying? He's got the scoop. You know what I'm saying? But Schnap's like is at an age where he just has no patience. So a lot of shit bothers him, man. I appreciate that type of honesty, though. He just don't f around with nothing. But he went out there because, you know, him and Coi are like, you know, I mean, that's, man, you know, so he went out there and they came back and said, Schnaps, what's up with him? He's like, man, Raymond. He said, yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool. He's just exactly how he sounds, because I sound just like him. He says, you know, Ray's cool, man. He's cool. He said, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're cool. You know what I'm saying? Big house, man. And he said, he's cool. He's cool. You know, he didn't say too much, right? So I'm saying, yeah. He says, but man, he smokes a lot, man. He smokes a lot. I said, man, I got to go outside, man. They smoke a lot. But he didn't say too much about him. And what I'm thinking as a father, at 26 years old, thinking about Trippie, right? At 26, superstar, because his fan base is so big. Mm-hmm. True. At 26, man, when you're a superstar, you know, you're not going to be able to focus on anything. Like, your focus is all going to be all over the place because you got so much stardom. You're the guy. You got so much money coming in. I just, you know, at the end of the day, Coi is no fool. So I'm looking at it like, hey, you know, the father is well off at the end of the day. The child's father is well off, but he's still young too. Now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young guys are having kids, and, you know, without judging him, I don't, you know, being him, because how I was, he's not going to be able to be the father, I'm sure, that a woman would want, because he's traveling and he's doing his thing. And I know Coi probably thought that already. So it's not like this was any... a lot of people were thinking that, oh, did you think? And Coi is a chess player, so automatically I'm sure she already thought this. I think the expectations is she just wanted a beautiful child, and she got that. The father is very successful, so the child will never have to want anything from that side. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. I mean, this is kind of like the norm in our society now, man. Like it or not, this isn't how I grew up doing it, but you know what I'm saying? As far as...
You know, it's also dating in the industry, too.
Right.
You know, this is also partly what comes with that. Because that's what you're saying. Like, she had to be aware, like, this is the rules
She
of
was no
engagement.
fool, man.
You know
what I mean? He's filthy rich. You know what I'm saying? At 26, and you know what I'm saying? So,
Have you met your grandson yet?
My granddaughter.
Granddaughter?
But they didn't have a grandson. Ray Ray just had that.
Yeah.
I met my grandson. I haven't met my granddaughter yet.
How does that bother you?
She's beautiful as she looks like a doll baby, and I just want to hold her and smell her, man, and just kiss them cheeks, man. So, Dan's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I would say this to you know me, of course. You know, I mean,
especially being like, and don't get me wrong, the grandson, granddaughter, it's all the same thing, but it's a girl.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what this is, It's like, but I light up when I see her, on the blogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I light up, and I know, look, man, I know God is gonna fix this. You know what I'm saying? I know what's happening now. And it isn't anything to do with any type of emotional hate against. I know she's busy. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to do my thing. So but I'm gonna see the baby, and when I do, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Because listen, man, sometimes I gotta pinch myself because I'm like, man, like they're both mine.
Right. Mine made that.
Because I've never been a grandfather. So as a grandfather, how do you feel? But I'm like, shit, she's mine too. My Yoko. You know what I'm saying? It's mine. My Yoko. That's but it's just this is the age of social media, and I'm just trying to adapt, and I don't want to do anything to ripple the waters. You know what I'm saying? I want Coi to know that I love her, and whenever she's ready, you know what I'm saying, or whenever time permits it for both of us, hopefully I see my baby, because she's gorgeous, man. I'm just, when Coi was young, I had already had a boy. You know what I'm saying? And then when she was like, I was like, oh man, I couldn't believe it. Because everything in my life was just so rough and so rough and rough and rough. And it's like, man, this little baby. And it was like she made me soft. She's like, it softens you. Sons don't soften you. Sons, I don't know.
I'm realizing that.
You know that. Yeah. They really don't, you stay the same with sons because, you want him to be that. But girls are like, oh my God. And then they're so beautiful and they're little. It's like they doll babies. And how else can you be if you're a human being but to be soft in that moment? So when I see her on the man, and again, her cheeks and her little lips, and I see Trippie in her. And then, I say to him, I look at Trippie and be like, if I was to say Trippie was my nephew, who would say no?
Exactly.
Who wouldn't believe me? I look at him I'm like, damn, he kind of looks like we could be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I look at the baby, it's just an amazing thing, man. It's just how everything happens is just wild, like, you know what I mean? But
I hope you get to meet him, man.
What would you say that? Because I'm gonna be facing this scenario inevitably, right? What would you say?
Why you say that?
And just like I'm gonna be facing hurdles when it comes to having grandchildren too.
Okay.
Right. Like it's never gonna be perfect.
Right.
The relationship between a parent and a child will never be perfect.
But they say the grandbaby is what makes it dope, because that's who takes to you. And I'm watching that, and all the history, especially in the hood, it's usually the grandma that they go crazy about. You know what I'm saying? It's the grandparents.
Sure.
It seems like everybody holds some type of animosity. We all come from dysfunction, so there's going to be some type of dysfunctional relationship because mama or daddy is out doing their thing, and it's not, as the child, the expectation is with the child to be that. We're just trying to do the best we can still in the streets before we had you. It's not like it's going to change anything about us. We still street people. We still hustling. Whatever we was doing before we made you, we're going to be still doing. It's just how it is. And I just think the expectation comes more from the child. So the child grows with resentment. So automatically because Coi loves schnapps. Schnapps flies to trips all over the schnapps, man. Listen, my father, yeah, man, you kidding me?
With a name like Schnapps.
Their bond is like this, you know. And hey, I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's still the energy is still. I'm in there regardless. The energy is there, but I'm not there physically, and that's because of different elements, but
your presence, your bloodline,
yeah, man, because I was there, man. I was there when she was young. I was there, man. I was with my pops. I'm a family dude. I was the money guy. So everybody ate. Her mom, her mom's family, mom's brother, everybody ate.
Family
everybody ate when I eat. When I eat, the closest to me eat, and then even the second and third wave eats.
But a lot of people forget too.
Everybody forgets. Everybody, a lot of people. It's like everybody forgets, man. And maybe I'm thinking that that's just how it is. Maybe I'm thinking that, again, my expectations was too much to think that. I'm thinking that life is going to be the Huxtables, and nah. Maybe I'm thinking this was just how it's going to be. And when I'm doing all this, I shouldn't have been thinking like, you know, I'm going to get this love forever. Not that they don't love me, but people are going through their own shit to where it's like it's hard just to survive. Everybody's in survival mode. Mm-hmm. So it's not, I'm sure, because my phone don't ring. Like my phone is on ringer right now. And you ain't going to hear that bitch ring. Now, when I had millions and I had that money, I wouldn't stop ringing. You see what I'm saying? And you know, it doesn't bother me anymore because I swear to God, and I mean this, like it takes away a lot of anxiety and pressure when you don't have all that money.
Yeah.
From human beings and family, and it's just you become the bad guy.
I feel like that because I employ a lot of people. You know, I constantly feel like, damn, you know, come Friday I got to take care of X, Y, and Z, and then this person, and this is like, hey, can I borrow this, or I need this for this? Mm-hmm. It's tough,
bro. You become the enemy. The man that's doing the most, and especially in families. And I go back to the hoods. If you're the one, the money maker, and you giving auntie, mama, grandmama, cousin, eventually, right? And then they're telling everybody else in the family. Because one thing about family gossip with family. They gossip about each other, but they gossip with each other. So everybody knows you're the person with the money, and eventually, if you're not doing for this one and you're doing for that one, it's going to be a problem.
Absolutely.
And then once you don't have it no more, it's like, oh well, shit. Don't talk about. You know what? You know what? The most disappointing shit is, because I've really got over a lot. When people say, "Stop saying about what you did." Not that I ever do. It's what the you're doing now. You know, that shit like that bothers me because. So in other words, that part of your life didn't count. Those years of your life and everything of that didn't count. So I understand we're in the now. And I'm not one to always even brag about the shit I've done and the money I had. I mean, I've done amazing shit and I've had a lot of money. So there's a lot of stories, but I don't talk about that. I do talk about now. But for sure, I don't want to be just discredited like I ain't did these things. Like these are your accomplishments. This is what you take to the grave with you. You know, and this is going to determine if after the funeral, you know, 1 week you won't be ever mentioned again in the existence of the universe, or you will be mentioned throughout. And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's sad, Danz, but I know you go through the same thing. Man. I know. I mean, the man with the money is always going to go through.
Absolutely. And so my question to you was this, right? Do you feel like you could have done anything better to help make sure that the relationship didn't sour?
You know, and I want to make it clear, there was nothing I could have done better. You know, because, again, when we talk done better, I could have done better as a person and graduated with honors and went to college and got an amazing degree and really did some, you know what I'm saying? I could have done better, of course, from a street guy. But that wasn't in the cards for me. I was in the streets from 13 to 12, 13. Through my father, and then from then on, it was just, that was it, all my life. So that's all I knew. So, and this is the point I'm trying to make. When you're having a child and that, as that person, that's who I am, you know? And that's what I'm saying about the child. If the child's expectation is different, like, damn. See, because you gotta understand, you know, when Coi was born, that's when I had all that money. And we had the Source, and I wasn't in the streets no more. We was getting Source money. When she was born, that's when all that was happening. It's funny because Dave really was her godfather. Like, you know what I'm saying? When she was born and shit, man, like Dave was like Coi's godfather, you know, for whatever that was worth. So when I look back, I'm like, who I was who I was. I think within me being who I was, I think I did a great job. You know, because again, I had nothing. I was a street guy that sold drugs, and I'm doing hip hop. If one of those don't, the drugs is what put food on the table and gets her clothes. You know, because it's you know, moms. I'm taking care of moms too. You know, moms is the stay home moms. You know what I'm saying? And my hustle money's taking care of everybody. You know, I got with her moms when I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Coi's moms, I was in the streets when I was with her mother. So, you know, how can I put it? When I got all that, you know, I got Source, you know, it was like the Jeffersons. We went and got a mansion. And at first in Massachusetts, we got our first house, then we moved to another house, a bigger house with like an indoor pool, but it was like in this racist part of Massachusetts. So I had to get out of that. I'll never forget, here's a true story. So it was me and my father, and we in Hanover, Massachusetts. Just Google it. This shit is. So I had bought a big house out there. It was owned by like an athlete, a hockey player or something. It had like an indoor pool. I could get parties and shit. Okay. So we in Massachusetts. So I remember I had 2 guns in the car and shit, and a gym bag. And me and my father, me and Schnapps was together. And I got pulled over right down the street. They had been watching me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no blacks in Hanover. So I was like, I'm getting ready to go to jail. So the cops by himself, he's kind of like, you know, a lot of these cops be kind of like green. They don't be knowing shit like small. Yeah. So we trying to talk. So I called Coi's moms and Schnapps, and we give him thing. Coi, don't you know Coi's mom pulled up, went in the back while we still talking to this mom. Like, I don't know what we were saying, small talk, whatever. Yeah. She came and grabbed the gun and went back home. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, both guns, and like, yeah, I would have been gone easily. So, you know, when we moved to, you know, like that, to me, just me making it that's big. You know what I'm saying? Because when I had Ray Ray, Ray Ray's mom was still like kind of like in the projects, like, and you know what I'm saying, on Blue Hill Avenue, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so it's like, she has to look at the whole perspective of who I was. What these kids got to understand of who their parents are, and don't put it's. Of course, you want to hold your parents to some type of standard, but you got to understand who they are and what they was doing. Yeah. It's simple as that. Both parties, mother and father. Yeah. Before you put all this expectation for you to be let down, the big letdown. Like, nah, we all in this together. Yeah, this is one, you know, big dysfunctional situation that we trying to make functional, and this is because of the system that we are put in. This is deeper than me. It's all of us. It's everybody around you. It's your next door neighbors. It's the ones that stay in the project next door to you. It's everybody. This is what it is. And until these kids understand that and give their parents some grace for that, it's always going to be the mother, the kid's gonna have something against the mother or the father. Well, the mother and father didn't go to college. The mother and father probably sold drugs. The mother was probably stripping. I mean, whatever it was, that's what they was doing before they had you. So I don't know what the expectations of. You want expectations of your parent, of course. And of course, as a parent, you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't take our love away. We know how to love the same. We might not have the money as the people who are set, the other color. When they have a kid, everything is set. You know, picket fences and everything is all set for them. It's not like that with us. And these kids got to understand that. And I think for who I was, I think I did damn good with Coi and all the kids. Her 2 older brothers that I took care of, that wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had my son. You know, I mean, I took care of everybody. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. When I wasn't with the mothers anymore, they came with me all summers, all the time. So I just think when we talk about fathers, look at who we are before you judge us, before we had the child. If you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Don't look at it like, oh, well, now, if you're a dad and you're just not doing anything with the kid and you're just, well, then, yeah, that's wrong. Because you got to get your ass out there and damn near risk your life to put food on the table and have clothes for school so that they don't clown him or her. You know, it's your duty as a man to make sure if you got to sell drugs, to get out there and do what you got to do for that kid, for them clothes and that food. And it's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the you know what I'm saying, Miguel? You know, the way you're doing it is how it's supposed to be done. You're with your woman. You have your house. You have a great business. You are organized. It took you. You wasn't going to be that at 23.
Hell, man.
Can you imagine having the kids at 23?
No, I can't.
You know what I'm saying? So he did it right.
It's a good age.
He did it right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I look at Coi's 27. I was 27 when I had my first. 27's a good age.
Yeah.
You know, and she has the support of her mom and everybody. Like she's going to be. I know she's an amazing mother because you know my sisters help her. I mean, she's around family. That baby is gonna be loved, and I know Trippie has, you know, by the look of his family too. So, man, that baby don't know. That's a lucky baby.
Come on,
yeah. And when the baby does finally meet me, she gonna be like, she gonna love me. Yeah, she gonna love Zeno.
It's gonna happen sooner or later.
Believe that. She gonna love Papa Zeno.
That baby gonna find out who what the lineage is.
You have to,
one way or another. Yeah. So it's ingrained.
So while we were speaking about the 6ix9ine situation, he made an interesting point.
Right.
In the interview that we had with him, and he was talking about the mark of his music in the industry and stating that, and let me finish the statement. He says, it isn't so much the snitch narrative, because if you look at the snitch narrative in these days, it's accepted. It's more him being the Mexican that got him knocked, that got him, that he couldn't get up there because they wanted, it was easier for them to chase him out because you can't point to that many Latino artists that made it. And my question is to you, let's say this was your era, the Source magazine is running.
Yes.
Do you think that you could have put a Mexican guy with the rainbow hair in the cover?
Listen, let me tell you something. One thing about the Source, and this is how we judged everybody on covers, who's gonna sell the cover? That's just it.
That's the biz.
Ludacris was on the cover. It was a bad selling cover. Now, as big of an artist Ludacris was, as many albums he sold, it was a bad selling cover. Some artists just don't have that moxie. Obviously, 6ix9ine does.
Word.
So, as long as the music, see now it's different because you're being judged on everything but the music. See, the Source didn't do that. The music had to take precedent, but he had some bangers. So if it was around the time where his bangers was charting and everything, absolutely 6ix9ine could have made the Source cover with the rainbow hair. And the cover would have been dope as fuck.
Do you think there's a discrepancy with the Latino artists that are trying to make it?
I mean, there's only a discrepancy because the culture is different. I mean, the culture is super different. You know, I mean, to this day, you know, hip hop, when you look at it, it has merged cultures. But one thing about the Mexican culture in America, they stay to their culture.
Word.
They don't merge. Like Puerto Ricans merged. When you look at Puerto Ricans, they merged.
Right.
Like they kind of merged. You know what I'm saying?
White,
yeah. You know, but Mexicans, they Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he might feel that way. But when I look at 6ix9ine, I didn't even know he was Mexican. Like 6ix9ine could have been anything, any type of Latino. I didn't look at him like 6ix9ine and what he's went through took over that Mexican. Nobody even really looked at that. His brand, his name, because of everything he went through, is way supersedes Mexican, or you know what I mean? No one kind of to me.
That wasn't the first intro.
That's not how you look at him. Like, oh, he's a Mexican. Nobody looked at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he's with a bunch of black guys when he started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't see too many other.
You saw a different flag.
But even then, when I seen him with him. And you think in New York, the first thing you gonna think is Puerto Rican. I'm telling you, you don't think Mexican.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I was just in Orlando, like Puerto Ricans everywhere from New York. You know, like so you don't think Mexican. Like I didn't think that. So I mean, he might think that because he's a Mexican trying to break in a black music, but for a black audience. It's not like he's playing to the Mexican audience.
But do you feel like let's say he's black?
Because this is a good point.
But
before that, Mexican music isn't 6ix9ine's type of music. Mexican music is still like La Raza type. Yeah. You know, like home, like you know what I'm saying, mid-tempo funk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, from the West Coast. That's right. That's really Mexican hip hop. Hey, so his type of hip hop isn't really Mexican hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got a question because you talk about the different covers, right? So when Big Pun was on the cover of the Source.
Yeah.
Was that like a high selling cover?
It was. It was a good cover. Pun's cover was a good cover. You gotta understand too, because New York, you know what I mean, New York was just so many people, you know what I mean? Like,
because the point that 6ix9ine was trying to make was like Spanish people not really accepting the hip hop like that.
Well, this is the point I'm trying to make. Depending on what you're trying to do, if you're a Spanish guy trying to break into black hip hop, but like I said, West Coast, they've been doing their things for years. And it's a major hip hop.
Cypress Hill and shit like that.
All that. You know what I'm saying? To the day. You know what I'm saying? Like the Mexicans get it in. It's just a different lane of hip hop. And when you look at Mexicans, they love Death Row and West Coast shit. He's an East Coast artist. 6ix9ine reminds me of like Onyx, kind of. When I hear his vibe, right? Okay. As far as the way he rap. And
or
then,
like MOP and shit like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know why he would say that, because believe it or not, he was one of the ones that was being accepted. And when you're accepted, East Coast blacks, we're not talking West Coast, that's big, because now that's hard to do. That's what I'm saying. The blacks fuck with Mexican hip hop because it's all G-funk. It's still that funk. They all kind of rock to the same type of music. So I don't know. I think he needs to give himself more, or understand where he was at with it, because he's one of the ones that actually broke through. Now, you know, it all depends on type of music you do. As simple as that. Like, anybody's breaking through hip hop now, man. Anybody, if you got a dope ass song, I don't think, like Baby D. Is that his name? D-Baby. D-Baby.
Yeah.
Dope.
I mentioned him too. D-Baby's fire.
D-Baby's dope.
Yeah, D-Baby's
I've been fucking with D-Baby like I follow D-Baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan, like, you know what I mean? So,
Mexican OT is fire. I don't know if you listen to him. He's super fire too.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, but D-Baby, like, is doing trap like a motherfucker. And they fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know, and he's crossing it over. He's merging it. Yeah.
Black rap.
Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to viral interviews, right, you have a lot of knowledge. We saw the Breakfast Club interview Dame Dash.
Right.
You called him out. You called him a goofy for calling Charlamagne gay, knowing that all the people that are writing the checks.
He knows that.
Are gay.
I don't know if Dame was trying. First, the way I do this, I like to give flowers. At the end of the day, let's give Dame his flowers. He's a legend in the game for the business and the moves he made. You know, a lot of times with the internet, we go right in, but how I'm trying to do it now is just to let everybody, I mean, if you deserve your flowers, and he definitely does. I think Dame, when he went up there, you know, Charlamagne can get under your skin. If you're a street guy, he can get under your skin, you know what I'm saying? And I think he just got emotional at the time, because nobody wants to hear that, you know, like you're broke. Nobody wants to hear that, you know. And to be honest, to me, when you look at the most lowest blows that we do with each other, you're gay, you're broke. You know what I'm saying?
Demasculate.
Yeah. Those are the two, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, come on, man. Like, okay, if he's gay, so what? And if he's broke, so what? You know what I mean? Like, being broke isn't broken. You know, it just, you know what I mean? So, you know, we gotta, I mean, again, I don't know if it was a viral moment, but when he called him gay, like, you know, Dame knows, you know what I'm saying? In this industry, major influence of, as far as positions and high positions in this industry, there are a lot of gay individuals, men and women. Yeah. Throughout as far as tenure with the Source and meeting people, and, you know, so I'm sure that was just emotions. Yeah. You know, it was some goofy shit to say. Just as Charlamagne calling him broke was goofy shit. Like, come on, man. Like, again, let me explain. Just because you might not have it now, again, you have one life. The object in life is, before you die, get as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? In pockets, because as a person of color, you're not going to have, there's not going to be, I had a hell of a run. I think financially have been my most trying, without saying, you know, shit, I've been my most broke for it, but, you know, financially, it's like the last 7-8 years have been my most, you know, but before that, from the streets all the way to Source, loving hip hop, the music. I mean, I had a hell of a run, and it was just my time. You know, I made enough mistakes money wise where I didn't invest and save. So you know what I'm saying, it was my time to I had to get humbled, and I had to get sat down, and it's been a good long time. It's made me a better person. And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get it again. You know, there's no doubt in my mind because because that's just, when you're a hustler, that's just how it is. But shit happens, man. You can't, just because you don't have it down, that doesn't mean it didn't count when you had it. You know, this is the internet, bro. Like, if the internet was back then, you know what I'm saying? If everything we was doing was caught on camera back then, and I guess, man, y'all be seeing some amazing shit that the Zista did, but it wasn't.
Live streaming those days.
I didn't take no pictures. Like, all the shit I've done, I never took pictures, never did none of that, because we just lived in the moment. It wasn't nothing we was posing for. It wasn't nothing we was trying to front for. You lived in the moment, and the moment was good.
Yeah, you ain't have High Life Media and Nova running around.
Hey, listen, man, that cameras. I seen that footage. I can't wait till that shit come out. Hell yeah. Yo, and again, I want to give flowers, man. You guys are doing it really professional, man. Like all y'all. And that's what makes an amazing show. And to stand the test of time of all what you did isn't easy. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I love coming on here because, like I said, with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, in Miami, you kind of, you right up there with all of them.
Come on.
To me,
right.
With all of them, you right up there. You running neck and neck with all of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no.
Neck and neck.
Pun intended. The fuck? Let me say before everybody else does it. Nah, but for real, bro. Yeah, for real.
You mentioned that if you said if he's gay, he's gay.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think Charlamagne is possibly gay?
You know, these days, man, you don't know, man.
Yeah.
Remember, we in the gym. Remember you don't know. You don't know, man. You just don't. And guess what? I'm gonna be honest. It really ain't nobody's business.
Facts.
It really ain't nobody's business. What you do in that bedroom or behind closed door or that bathroom or the living on the terrace, on the beach, wherever the fuck you do it at, is solely up to you. And I've gotten so tolerant and understanding the gay community that shit really is just a part of my life now. Not me being gay, but
you're not gonna run with it.
But it's like, but accept it because because I got some great gay friends, and when people all the time come up and say the greatest shit to me, like they be cool as fuck through the airports, and man, some of the coolest people you could ever meet. One thing about gay people, their personalities are always up, man. They're always positive, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's where the word gay comes from, because gay means happy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The original word anyways. But all the gay people I know, I don't meet any miserable ones. I don't meet any angry ones, mean ones. Right. You know what I mean?
They definitely out there.
No, I'm just saying personally. Personally, the ones I met are just always like just happy. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That must be part of being gay. Like, it's like you always happy.
You mentioned. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, take a real man to say that. Take a real man to confidently be like, man, fuck what y'all say.
Yeah, because you know why? You know why? Because why should you worry? Like, whatever the fuck I do in the bedroom is up to fucking me, bitch. They don't fucking worry about what I do in the bedroom unless you come to join one way or the other. If you a nigga, you're not invited. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I mean, everybody has their preference. Like me, I've always loved women. Like I was woman crazy at one time. You know, I have one now, and I'm loyal to her. And it's like, but at one time I was girl crazy. Like everything that was beautiful that moved, I had to have. And it was like, you know, when you have money like that, you know, Millions and Source Magazine, it was like whatever I wanted. It was at that period in time, my life was like whatever the fuck I wanted. It was it really was crazy.
So you had woman up to your neck.
It just was. Oh God! Throw some hickeys on it, please. Hickey me up. No, but for real, it's like, yeah, man. So I love women. Now I'm sure the way a man feels about a man, I could never think that. So I don't know what that thought is or nothing is.
But it makes them happy.
But as long as they're happy or whatever, then that's them. Now, you know, you know, I have sons and they're straight. You know what I'm saying? And that right there alone I don't have to deal with it on that level. You know what I'm saying? But if it were to, I'd be ready based on how these last 30 years of my life it took me to really understand this. You know what I'm saying? Because, in the 70s, everybody wasn't understanding the gay thing. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, it was rough. But I seen what they had to go through all the way up until now. And man, there's some beautiful people who are gay. And man, as when you're 60 years old, you start looking at life different, and I'm very confident in who I am. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but I've had too much pussy, you know what I'm saying?
You mentioned earlier about needing to be humbled in your life.
Yes.
Ego is usually the thing that we need to be humbled with.
Yes.
You mentioned also that Dame had an ego problem.
Yes.
Why do you feel that way?
I think, and not just Dame, it's 75% of these niggas in the industry, ego is just way out of control. It's just, a lot of times, man, it's just the worst thing that, man, when black people, man, we get money, we just want to show out in front of everybody else. I don't know how that is, how that came about, but it's like, at some point, ego pushes people away. And if you're in the business of money, you can't push people away. People have to like you. You have to be liked to get money. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be disliked in any business. Even if you're a boss, management, work, whoever, you got to be liked, man. You can't be disliked, you know what I'm saying? And I think when people see, you got to understand, the majority of the audience don't have shit. Are out here surviving, check to check, bill to bill. You are the entertainment. They wanna like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw shit back up in their face, man. Guys, every time you turn around, they want to show the car they bought, the watch they bought. It's like, listen, bro, you understand your audience don't got it like that. And it becomes a situation where you wasn't like that when you started. So why are you like that now? You know what I'm saying? I just don't see anything good in that. And I think Dame is such an amazing, his mind is so amazing business-wise that is, a lot of, he's really egotistical. And I just think that, Dame, listen, let's face it, Dame can run any Fortune 500 company. You know what I'm saying? I think if he just sits back a little bit, man, and just gets a little more humble, I think a lot more would start coming in his favor. A lot more easier and quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because his mind is amazing.
You said that you don't think, because I disagree with you here. You said you don't think that you could be disliked and make money, but what about Charleston White?
Well, I mean, but it has a ceiling, it has a ceiling. You can make some money, but that has a ceiling because you got to remember, one thing about people would understand, everybody has a demographic. A demographic is your audience, all right? When you, and this is why you'll win in this, because you're just not trying to do low-hanging fruit content. And I say low-hanging fruit, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody, but when you cross over street shit, always like kind of ratchet street, the audience is only so big. You're only going to get so much on that. The world is such a bigger place, and there's so many people to touch. When you think of how many people are on Instagram, hundreds of millions, right? Mm-hmm. Hundreds of millions, a couple of 100 million maybe. All right, so when you've seen a couple of thousand, what's the percentage of that for the people on there? That's fucking a speck. So you got to put shit in perspective, you know what I mean? And I know our algorithm is always drama and controversy and exposure and clowning and trolling, but there's such a more bigger audience that don't even deal in that shit. And if they do deal with it, it's on a very, very minimal basis. And there's so much other, we call it content, but there's so much other things in life that are interesting that you could use your platform for. And I just think that, these guys out here in the street continue to cross the street shit. Charleston White ain't saying nothing, man. Charleston White, when you listen to the shit that Charleston White says, he says the fucking obvious. So obviously, if you're one of these people that when they split screen and he's saying some shit and he's like, he's a bozo. Whoever does that, they're fucking
It's like a video of Charleston.
He's like, they're like, get the fuck out. This shit he's saying is like A, B, C, D. Like, what the fuck is it? You know what I mean? So it's just showing me his audience. His audience don't know no better. These people, these people are not, these people are more like him. And thank God that is a very small minority out here that actually is into that. Because when you look at his content, he came out like he's, you know, I'm not saying that he's stupid. He has a little bit of smarts, but he's a con man. He uses it for the wrong reasons. Charleston White came in this game, you know, criticizing the young niggas for doing street shit and criticizing. He criticized, but really, when you look at this, is all he wanted in the first place. This is all he wanted. Look at him, the chains. He finally getting some money. Charleston White was a little ugly nigga from fucking Dallas, wherever the fuck he's from, little cockeyed nigga that never got pussy, right? Never got pussy, right? Married some woman that was taking care of him because, you know, God bless her, but she's not a looker. You know what I'm saying? Boy. You know, compared to now, he's going crazy over some chick now. But when you look at his wife, you know he married her because she was taking care of him. A great church lady that probably has some money or something that was taking care of his little ugly ass. You know what I'm saying? You could see that. And you could see that he's watching everybody else, and he's that one, like on 300, the little hunchback nigga that wasn't accepted, that once he did get accepted, remember on 300, the little hunchback nigga? You remember, you know what I'm talking about? Orlando, remember? Yeah. Oh, shit. The movie 300, that's Charleston White. They kicked him out. They kicked him out. They banished him, and he got his, he like Charleston, went to the police, and he went back, and now he's gonna come back. He got money, remember? He had the shit on, the girls was all around him, he had the Jews and everything. It's the same shit with Charleston White. He's finally getting attention. But when everything he does, he's contradictory. The same young niggas, we gotta get his name, find out that name, the name of that character, please. Because that's his new, Charlie the Pirate ain't his name no more, it's gonna be that. But I just wanna see how we came in the game. So he comes in the game, this great big community leader, I'm a community leader. The thing about Charleston White is on the stand like this. The funniest shit when he taking the stand, they got this shit right there. This nigga got his dead eye, I don't know if it was his dead eye or his good eye, and he's leaning like that, like he's trying to like, he don't want the nigga to see him, but he's leaning, he's pointing, it was him. I'm like, he had the little afro. I said, well, you look at this motherfucker, he had the same face but with an afro. So I'm looking at his character. He's an agitator. He causes problems, very disrespectful people's mothers, disrespectful the dead. You don't do that. And why are you doing it to these young black men, regardless of what they're doing and how they're doing? Why are you doing it to them? You're agitating them. And then if they see you, because you are the aggressor, you're the agitator and the aggressor at first, they never did nothing to you. They didn't know who you was. And then after they see you, if they do something, now you go to the police. If anyone is down with that's from the hood, you don't even got to be in the streets. I'm sure you got a brother, or uncle, father, mother, cousin, auntie that been locked up. There's no fucking way you could be true to yourself if you're supporting Charleston White doing that. You know, I'm not even going to get into the clowning shit because he clowns himself. But, you know, starting trouble with these young guys, and he's way older than them, starting trouble with them, disrespecting their mother, disrespecting the dead, starting trouble, then they catch him and he runs to police. What type of shit? Because it ain't even him no more at this point, it's his supporters, because they're the ones that keep putting the battery in his back. And they're the ones that keep supporting this dickhead doing the same shit. And my thing is, he drapes himself in Confederacy. Now, the Confederate flag represents millions and millions of black slaves being tortured, murdered, raped, savagely brutalized, right? That's what that Confederate flag meant. That was the symbol. That was like the Nazi. That's how the Jews feel about the Nazi symbol. That's how black people should feel about the Confederate flag. He drapes, it's like he went to a Confederate flag store and gets the blanket, the flags, he gets the cups, he gets the hats, and he's all through that. Then, months later, he's saying, fuck Charlie Kirk, going against, and fuck white people. Like, bro, at this point,
no limit.
He's playing a dangerous game, and he's an agitator in the culture. He's because he's guiding, because he got a bunch of people that put their laugh emojis, that think the shit they doing, and I know for a fact that these people can't be in the streets. but they're selfish because they're not thinking about somebody in their family who just got locked the fuck up because somebody told on them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the damage Charleston White is doing is documented. It's being televised, you know what I'm saying? But I have no respect for him at all. And anything that he says good gets overshadowed by all the dickhead shit he does.
Word.
I mean, he's just, for real, he's a
That's where I'm at
disgrace.
with it, yeah.
He's a fucking disgrace. Now, I heard about the shit, but look, like, now, you got a wife, and look how he disrespects his wife. He's laying in bed with this broad thinking that shit's cool and giving him points.
On media.
Like, bro, and you a grown-ass man thinking that shit's fly. Like, you are a fucking disgrace to disrespect your wife like that. You a bitch-ass nigga. There's nothing else to say. I know he's gonna get on here and say things, blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't say it to my face. And he can have mace. I'm gonna have my gun. I'll blow that little nigga's head off. If he try to hit me with some mace or shoot me, I'm gonna have, because I know I'll beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he talks a lot.
Hopefully
I get it. I understand it. No, but I'm just saying, like, because he's gonna come back and say some shit. You know, when I say
Don't
this,
fall into
I don't
it,
know. But when I say this, I don't say nothing of violence with him, right? He comes back with all the sucker shit. What I'm saying is true facts about how he came on the platform and how he's carrying himself now. I'm not going at him in a way of clowning him, or I'm just saying,
I see.
You are like you are a bad example out here. You're not setting good examples for this big community leader that you portray to be.
It's not player.
Bro, you starting trouble with young kids. They already got problems. They already got cases. They already going through they out here surviving. And you know they will blow your shit out if they see you. Why are you starting it with them? Them niggas don't know you. Them niggas ain't coming over to you. Them niggas ain't fucking with you.
They can't intellectually defend themselves.
And I see him with the guns on there, man. You think I won't shoot you and you think I won't do this? I see all that. That's an agitator, bro. That's an agitator. I see him playing with all the guns and all this. Man, that's an agitator. Disrespecting Jay Prince. Jay Prince is my personal friend. Not only Jay Prince is my personal friend, Jay Prince is somebody that's accomplished, is a leader of men. I don't give a fuck what people say, how I could care less what the fuck anybody types. Fuck all you typers and commenters. I don't give a fuck. Jay Prince is a legend. And what he's done in this game is what helped hip-hop independently understand how to go a whole region to sell music when New York wasn't giving no props down in Texas or anywhere down in South. So Jay Prince is a major, like, I'm just tired of, like, who the fuck are you to coming in and then say shit about Jay Prince, knowing that and then say I'm gonna go to the FBI on you. I don't have, he got to be stopped. Yeah, man, because the shit he does,
it's not from the old
is not
school.
fucking
That's not
cool.
yeah.
And I don't see how and the only people that are going to get on there and say that, these are people that have no clue about the streets, no clue. They just sit back and they're the entertainers. These are the people, they're
on the internet streets.
They don't count.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's because they're never outside. You know, the internet really helped them out in life, because back then, before the internet, they wouldn't dare come outside. So the internet actually is their world, and that's fine, live in it. But, don't be hypocrites. Don't have somebody in your family going through some crazy shit and you supporting Charleston White, because he does everything wrong to me. Like, everything that he does and how he's leading people and what he's doing is just wrong. Like, one thing, he's sitting in the back talking about child support and the plight of the black man, and after that, next thing you know, he's trying to kill black, or he want to kill black man and start trouble with, like, come on, man, come on, you bozo ecclesia at this point, man.
Did we ever find out the name of the character from 300?
What's his name?
Some long crazy shit.
Yeah, we gotta find the right.
Ladies.
Ladies, that's his new name. Charleston Ladies. Fuck out of here, man. He's a con man, yo. He be
damn right, Charleston Ladies.
He could be.
Nah.
He could be great. He could be.
Talk about that. Right?
Oh, it's true.
I like that.
His mind, like, come on, like, he really could be. But just like Ladies, his want for women to be famous, but that's true.
Lust.
His lust for that is what fucked his mind up from the shit.
It's what fucked up the relationship between him and I.
Explain that, what happened, man, please.
It's very simple. I explained it a bunch, but I don't think I explained it on the platform. He introduced his lady to us as somebody that has the connects. Like, she's connected. And
not his wife.
No.
Okay, who was the lady?
His girlfriend.
Do you know anything about her? Like, I'm just thinking. Is she from Miami? Is she from
Nah, I think she's from Indianapolis.
Okay, all right, okay.
So she was with Lil Wayne. It's like 1 a.m. I'm scrolling through social media.
She's with Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Charleston was like Elizabeth. Hey, Charlie the Private, what you think, you cockeyed motherfucker? You think with your look she's with you? Stop it.
So she's with Wayne. I sent her a DM and in response to her story, and I said, can you run down on Wayne for us because we want that interview? And she said, yeah, I could definitely.
What was she doing with Lil Wayne though?
I have no idea. There was like a show or something. But she was with him.
She was with him?
Yeah. So I said, could you run down? And she was like, absolutely necessary collab. And I said, if you could make it happen, I'll make sure you're compensated. Now, the truth is if she makes that happen, Charleston White would be compensated as well.
Absolutely. I know.
Because he's the one that,
I know how you do.
I've always been that type of dude.
If you'd have got Lil Wayne, I know how you do.
And I'm not going to message her at 7 a.m. when she's not with Wayne. I'm trying to get it done right there. That's somebody that we've been chasing down. Wayne, if you see this, we've been chasing you down for quite a while. So I want to make the interview happen. I meant absolutely no disrespect to Charleston White. We did shows with him for the next 7 months. And I feel like if he had that problem, he definitely could have addressed it with me. And I would have said, my apologies if that bothered you. I'll make sure it never happens.
So he was more emotional over you making a call than her being with Wayne. Like, I don't, what fucking sense does that make?
That's how the game works. Woody came up here, and I wanted to mention this because Woody said some dope shit. Mm-hmm. He said, he put me in a scenario. He said, Danza, you could say I don't recall if you don't want to. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to. Mm-hmm. You probably want to say I don't recall. He said, but if somebody shoots you, your enemy shoots you.
Right.
And the police come,
right?
Are you going to tell them? I said, well, if it's a street issue, I handle it myself.
Right.
He goes, that's the thing. Everybody acts like they'll know what they'll do when they get shot. You had a scenario. You get shot. The police come. Because one of the things Charles is going to, you pointed out people at the stand too.
Man, listen, man. No, not at the stand. That's the difference with me and him. At the stand, I said, I don't know who shot me, and he walked. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You was like this at the stand with your cock eye looking over the thing like him, with an afro, nigga. And two different scenarios. Let me tell you what happened. I got shot on a crowded highway at 12 o'clock on a Sunday by a funeral procession. All right? You know what I'm saying? I'm driving my car, boom, shots rang out, boom. After I jump in a car to have the people take me to the hospital that's in a funeral procession, to go over to meet him because he's busting and everything, he was the first one to call police and said, I just shot a man. See, he called the police first. It's in the paperwork. He said, I just shot a man, because he had licenses for the gun. He never had a felony or nothing. He's not a street guy. And this is my nephew. So when we got off the exit, they pulled me out the car, stripped me butt naked, and said, where's the gun? Now, mind you, I'm shot 3 times. I lost like about 3 pints of blood. And I'm losing blood fast. So the ambulance, because, the exits were far. So as soon as we got off the exit, state trooper pulled us over. Ambulance wasn't even there yet. So they ripped me out the car, it was raining. They stripped me butt naked, drawers too. Like, they tried to humiliate me. There was 2 girl cousins in there. They stripped me butt naked. Took them out the car, searched the car for a gun. I didn't have a fucking gun. I wasn't going to the funeral. I told the story, to where there was some situations that happened with him and my sister took some lines of credit on my mother's house. My mother had just passed. I bought the house. Just some funny shit going on. Long story short, I was filming Love and Hip Hop at the time, and I decided, because I knew, my father, we had discussed it. It was like, I don't want all this craziness around my mother's funeral, so I'm gonna go with her at the wake by myself early. And I closed the casket. I didn't want to see her like that. So, me and my mother, I'm her only son. You know what I'm saying? Because my sisters had a different father. So, had my moment with her, went back to the hotel, and I was flying back to Atlanta. So, I made a decision not to go to the funeral. The funeral was the next day. Where she was buried was in Cape Cod, so you had to go out to one of the whitest highways, Route 3. So this is like a white highway, like, this is Cape Cod, like. So, I just remember the Sunday came, I was gonna go to the airport. It's Stevie J called me. Said, yo, I'm in Plymouth. I'm like, what you doing in Plymouth, man? I said, I'm going back to Atlanta. He said, yeah, man, your mom's funeral. I said, man, I ain't going. He was like, yeah, man. I said, I'd rather not because I don't want, it's like some tension in the family and I don't want all that around my mother's funeral. I said, I seen her at the wake. He said, damn, man, I took a cab out here. It wasn't an Uber and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it was like 2014. And then I just remember, I said, I'm gonna come get you. Stay there. He said, I'm gonna be at the sub shop, all right? Next to where the cemetery was, down the street was the sub shop, whatever. I said, I'm gonna come get you. So he's out in Plymouth. Now, Plymouth is where the Plymouth Rock is. So you can imagine, this is Plymouth County. So any type of anything crime out there, you're getting hung. And anybody from Massachusetts knows this, all right? All right, so I'm driving, coming to pick him up. I'm on Route 3. Route 3 got two sides of the street, all right? No, two lanes highway. Then there's a big middle, medium. Then there's other 2 lanes. Now, these towns are far, so the exits are far. So I'm coming up on a procession with the blinking lights. I'm like, oh shit, this gotta be. And sure enough, I started recognizing family members, but I'm in the left lane, they on the right lane. So going slow, I get to the front, bop, 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 so I'm hit. I feel one here, feel another one, boom. So because he's busting out the car, so I made I flipped a Yui. You know what I'm saying? And started going back in traffic and then kind of crashed because my arm gave out. Yeah. So I jumped out the car running. He's still busting. Pow, pow. Now I run towards there was 2 hearses. And I run towards the first hearse. And this is real story. All I seen was somebody lock the door. I just seen a finger. Because I got them old school locks. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know who it was. I swear to God on my mother. Then I kept running down to the cars. I'm like, yo, I'm bleeding all over the place. I bled on the hearse. They had to take the hearse and everything. So imagine that. And I don't know if that was the hearse carrying because it was 2 hearses. I don't know which one was carrying my mother. So 4 cars down was my cousins, my Aunt Geneva's daughter, God rest Auntie Geneva. And I jumped in their car, said, look, you got to go over the medium. He's still shooting. They're screaming because they're not street people. He's Cape Verdean. They're not street people, my family. And they finally went over the medium. They had to go through the grass. They had a hoopty. You know what I'm saying? But that bitch got me up out of there, so I'm bleeding like a motherfucker. And we get to the exit. I'm like damn near passing out there screaming like, wake up, Ray, because I'm Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like when I grew up in Boston, they call me Ray Ray. So as soon as we get off the exit, that's when the state troopers pull up. And when they pulled up, they got me for string button. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the gun? I said, I ain't got no fucking gun. Finally, the fucking ambulance pulls up. It was a fire ambulance. They put me in the back. So they're trying to work on me. I'm leaking shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling it. Like when you leaking all that blood, I really didn't feel the pain from the gunshots because I was shot 3 times. Mm-hmm. But really, I was really like dizzy and shit. Through it, yeah. So I guess that's when they recorded the first time. It was like, yeah, he said that you pointed a gun at. I was like, man, what the fuck you talking about? He shot me. Because they were saying like, yo, you were shooting. They said I was shooting at him. I said, nah, he shot me. The fuck is you talking about? Like, and they even said it. Like, your nephew. So I found out that he was, when I got to the hospital, I found that he was the one that called police first, and they came. So I know that playing with the detectives is a cat and mouse thing. That's not, I've been through enough shit to understand with the grand jury and then when you get on court. I done had niggas done beat. I remember my man Corchum, God rest the dead, man, a cab driver got killed in a robbery, and there was some statements made, but they went on the stand. The same thing with Woody. Statements get on made, whatever statements really you make here, you can maneuver it by going on the stand and being fuck you. I don't remember what happened. He's telling them shit about me, so automatically I'm telling him, I'm getting them off of me and pointing it back in his direction. But these are statements, all right? Once the grand jury came, the trial was picked. This is a closed case for them. Shit, this is attempted murder. Shot below the belt. Attempted is assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, 5 to 10. This is 15 and up when you get shot up here on broad daylight on Route 3 in Plymouth County. There was about 15, 20 people that seen him shoot me. I'm running down the middle of a highway, and he's in the middle of a highway at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So,
where the fuck was Stevie?
Stevie was still in Plymouth. I never made it.
Left the nigga at the sub shop.
I never made it.
My
You know what I'm
bad.
saying? I never made it. But he ended up. He ended up coming to the hospital.
Lucky for him.
He ended up coming to the hospital. But the thing was, well, if Stevie didn't fucking go there, I wouldn't even be shot. How about that?
Yeah, word.
Yeah. But
damn you, Stevie J.
But he came to show support. My mom's. You know what I mean? All right.
Crazy story.
Crazy story. So
you go to the court.
Yeah. So I go to the grand jury. The prosecutor's like happy because this is going to be prosecutors. This is easy. I'm getting ready to get attempted murder. I'm like, I don't know. Shot me. I'm sitting in front of them. I said, I don't know. I said, yeah, but I was dizzy. I was on meds. I said, I don't know. It was panicking. I don't know. And they was mad as fuck. They kept grilling me. I don't know. Okay, I thought that was it. I'm done. You all right? You know what I'm saying?
No, never.
Time to go to court now. They tell me to trial. I'm like, oh shit, okay. We going to court. But only because of the other witnesses and the fact that he admitted to shooting me. So all they want now is me to say he shot him in court. So I go to court. You know, first I said I wasn't going. And then they said, we're going to give you 6 months contempt of court. I said, man, all right, I'm going to come. Came to court. Me and Schnapps went. And I think my man, it was Brockton. What was it? Brockton Court? It might have been I'm not sure. But we walked up in there, and he was sitting there with the lawyer. Excuse me, and they said, do you see him? That's what they say. Do you see who shot you in this courtroom? If you do, can you point them out? I don't see nobody. See, that's the difference. Remember, Charlie the Pirate, you what's his name?
F-A-Ladies.
F-A-Ladies did this. F-A-Ladies did this. Paul Pierce did this. A bunch of niggas do this. And that's what, if I would have did that, then he would have been shipped away 15, at least. At least. He walked. I said, I don't know, and he walked. That's not snitching. And any motherfucker who thinks that, well, you know what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck, because they don't know. They don't know life, but that's not snitching. Same thing kind of in the Thug situation. When Thug gave statements, like I said, when you give statements, you know what I'm saying, if you're smart enough, by the time you hit that, if everybody's on the same page when they give them, because you can fuck with them in them statements. That's what we said. You could say one thing, but then get on that sand and just flip it, because they're going to be basing their case off of that. So now you get on the stand and flip it, it throws a monkey wrench and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, listen, man. Woody helped save them motherfuckers. Believe that. You know what? Woody did up there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit. And that goes on all the time. If you smart, if you slick, if you street, if you understand street, if you understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Off that, you mentioned that the Source magazine began its decline once they dropped you and put Cameron undercover. Is that where everything went left between you and him?
No. I mean, whoever they put on that. I mean, once me and Dave got out the picture, them people didn't know how to run the magazine. Even the look was crazy when you look at that cover compared to our covers.
So not the business, but the look of it.
Just the look, and it was like these many pages. I mean, the shit went from to like this. And the shit said 100% Benzino free on it, right? I think the owners thought that was going to mean something. I think it bit them in their ass eventually. Because it's true. The Source took a nosedive as far as sales after that. Actual magazine sales. There wasn't no situation with me and Cam until Flex said the sucker shit in the movie about me. He did his movie Killer Season. That was like, to me, a first shot, and I didn't understand where that came from, because me and Huddy, he knows how close, and he mentioned it, God rest Huddy 6. And even Miami, when I was living down here, I had a nice big crew out here. So he knows some of them guys, Hen and Brian and Dirk. You know what I'm saying? All my 2Gs. Those are all my guys. You know what I'm saying? Then they started being his guys. So my thing is, there should be no shots thrown at me. Period.
Respect.
But if everybody that you see is cool, that's cool with you, why still would you let that happen? Now, it wasn't a big thing, but I did take offense to it because it's a fucking movie.
Did you and Flex have a problem?
Me and Flex had a problem.
Oh, okay.
And, It was over the Eminem situation.
Right.
And that fucked me up because, and again, me and Flex are super cool now. So when I'm talking about this, it's just as a story, but me and him, as men, as we should have, we came together, man, and realized it was bullshit. Flex is a fucking legend in the game. And, you know, shit, Biggie mentioned Flex and the Source, and, you know, in that joint. So, yeah, man, like, we had issues, you know what I'm saying? And it could have came to, you know, some ugly shit with Flex, but it didn't, you know what I'm saying? And I just, when he said that, I know it was some clownish shit. I guess that was trolling before trolling. But, back then, like, I took offense to that. You know, I had a big crew. How the fuck is niggas gonna diss me? And like, nobody wants to be dissed in a movie. Like, that was some new shit. Like, it's a fucking movie. You clowning me in a fucking movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No people gonna see this. You know, lucky the movie really wasn't popping. You know, the movie really, Killer Season really, you know, paid him. And you know what's so crazy? I gave Cam another award that we made up for Movie of the Year. We gave him an award for that. Like, I did that. It wasn't supposed to be an award given for the Movie of the Year. We wasn't giving out awards for that. I made that. Like, the sports ones, those was personally by me because he killed Rico. Paid in Full is one of my favorite fucking movies. And he killed that role. But, you know, Killer Season wasn't the same thing. And it's not because they clown me, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was like a DVD type, I'm about it type hood movie type shit.
It just it wasn't even close to Paid in Full. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I said something about it, and then he came back and said something about that. So then he mentioned, I guess he was mad because the Benzino free cover. I forgot about that. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, they did do a Benzino free cover. I really forgot. I was like, yeah, I probably fucking was mad. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, it wasn't nothing. I just was like, damn, nigga, like, you know, Huddy's out, you know, he was living with Huddy. Huddy's moms, like, they thought they were brothers. I mean, I thought they were brothers, like blood brothers. So I just, you know, niggas do certain shit for certain reasons. I don't get caught up in the moment. You know, everything's an algorithm now. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have said nothing if the clip didn't come through. There's a big ass viral clip going through of just that clip of Flex. I'm like, man, fuck that. It was years ago, but yeah, I'm gonna say something now. You know what I'm saying? I should have said something then, but we didn't have the internet.
When it comes to what they're doing with the It Is What It Is show, basically being sports analysts, they're doing a hell of a job. Like,
I mean, you know, look, I'm be honest, you know. I made Source Sports up because, let's face it, hip hop, the guys that are playing sports are from the hip hop culture. They want to rap. It just merged. It just merged, man. And it just makes sense to include a sports segment. We made our own little magazine and shit. You know, I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, if you're gonna be a sportscaster, I'm more of a Stuart Scott type guy. God rest Stuart Scott. Stuart Scott bigged up black athletes, man.
And that's what I was gonna get into. You mentioned that you think he hates black athletes. I
don't think he hates them. I think when you look at Cam, and I know a lot of them, from what I've seen, since I mentioned this in the comments, would say, "Come on, man, that's what niggas do on the block, man." See, maybe I just was thinking of a bigger show. I see them, and maybe they just didn't want that. Maybe because, again, that's low-hanging fruit to me. You know, like, sitting there criticizing sports players is bananas to me when you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, and there's a way that I watch sportscasters that I never felt that way about nobody, black, white, anybody, because they big them up, and they should be bigged up. Even if you lose, it shouldn't be personal against the, you know what I'm saying? It's only until the Stephen A. Smiths come in and do that bullshit, like, just, you know, just talk about black athletes, like you're not giving them their flowers, you're making it more about you. Mm-hmm. You're making the ego. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, he was going at Shakur, he went at Clarissa, you know what I'm saying? Him and Adrian, after they went through that, he went on line and started really, like, talking about him disrespectfully. And then the thing with Zion, it's like, come on, man, these are all young black champions and athletes that went through hell to get through where they're at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, give them their flowers, man.
You're
like,
saying he could speak on them in a better light.
I thought when they came on with the show that they were just going to be great sportscasters and get amazing interviews and do, but everything is just about, it's like, yeah, man, like, come on. And you know what? But hey, listen, he's getting money. You know, the show's successful, big up to them. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on things, you know what I'm saying? And when I say these things, I don't want people to get sensitive and they try to come back at me. I mean, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, nothing will be bigger than the source. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't, you know, we can say what we want, you know what I mean? But until you know, shit, Bob Johnson offered us $55 million. Okay. Until you get it to that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like I've earned the right to give my opinion, and it's just my opinion. No, that sounded I don't mean it in any disrespectful. That sounded constructive, though. You know what I'm saying?
You did a masterful job of making sure you're not really tearing them down.
Cam is a legend. Cam is a legend. He's making amazing hits that'll stand the test of time, and that's hard to do with sample music. And what he's done with Dipset, like I said, that Rico, if Denzel can win it for Training Day, then surely he could have won it for Rico. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Facts, yeah. You know, so and you know, the movie was amazing. So yeah, man, I just feel like, damn, you know, I thought it was gonna really be a sports show for our culture, but I see it's really, you know, they kind of making it more about them, and I guess clowning people is the thing to do.
It's a real Harlem thing to do.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Stephen A. Smith.
I can't fuck with him.
You just see this. You see what happened a couple days ago.
Crockett, bro.
Now you see what happened with Serena Williams' husband.
I loved it. That check the shit out of him. Check the shit out of his ass, man. Yeah, and he should have, man. Like to be honest, that made me fuck. I followed him. Yeah, on my 33rd page and shit. Alex, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, bro. Yeah, man. That was dope. And Steve caught Steven off guard.
No, he ate it. He said, "This one's yours."
Steven's embarrassed because did you see Steven's
You think he said this one's yours, or he just felt like he got cooked?
It looked like the segment was running out. He was like, you know,
I think there was embarrassment.
He was embarrassed
for sure.
Because what could he say at that point?
But he swallowed it. Pause.
Like what?
He said, you know, I speak to people all the time on how to run billion-dollar corporations because I've built a billion-dollar corporation. Basically saying you speak on shit you don't know about that you ain't never been a part of, and you're doing it, which was he violated.
That's not the first time I've seen his face get back down.
Did you see his face when he replied?
Yeah,
you see the reply, right?
Yeah, look, I saw Steven Jackson speak on it, and he said, when it comes to the black athlete, you got a lot of words.
I've been spoke on that.
That's basically.
I spoke on that a while ago. I said, man, homie speaks on the WNBA, but it really doesn't really care for him, to me, that the black woman, but Caitlin Clark kisses her ass every chance he gets. And then when he's on his podcast, he's, you know, I mean, he criticized Nicki, criticized Diddy, he just criticized Jasmine Crockett. So to me, it's kind of obvious that the higher ups kind of sat him down and said, this is what we're going to give you all this money. This is what we need you to do, not what we want you to do. This is what we need you to do, Stefan. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, we need you to go out and, you know what I'm saying, go against your own. We need you to point out, they called him and told him to go at Jasmine. I'm 100% sure. Because when you look at Stephen A's, how much money they give him in his ESPN, his show's not even all that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Get Up. I like Mike Greenberg better, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, they don't make the show about them. Steven screams too much. He makes a show about him too much. Like, at first, I used to like watch them. Now I can't stand watching them, you know, because he's making it obvious he's not for the culture. He surely isn't hip hop. Any nigga that wears sweatsuits all the way up to here with the chain out right there surely can't be in the culture. The way he wears the sweatsuits is diabolical bananas. Diabolically bananas. Like, so yeah, you know, him, same thing with Shannon. These guys are exploiting the culture. You know, Shannon, you know, gets up there. You know, he got lucky with Cat Williams, so after that, I guess everybody felt he was in the culture. But when you look at Shannon, come on, man. Come on, like.
You think Shannon's gay?
Do I think he's gay? I mean, again, I think it's just, it's hard to say. I mean, honestly, like, because nowadays, I know what you're saying, because sometimes Shannon, the way there's expressions that could be mistaken for the gay community expressions, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, a lot of people call him auntie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the way he walks, and the way his expressions, the way he expresses himself. But there's a thing called metrosexual, meaning that you just express yourself that way and you're not gay. Yeah. I just, and it's not even whether he's gay or not. To me, he's not hip hop. That's what I do know he's not. I know he's not hip hop. Okay. And I know he doesn't know too much about hip hop. Okay. I know because he has such an illustrious career, Hall of Fame, definitely Hall of Fame fucking tight end. I mean, I followed that nigga, man. His brother was dope too. Yeah, another one,
Shannon Sharpe was a monster. Sterling Sharpe was a monster.
Sterling was a monster for Green Bay. Yeah. But again, he grew up with his grandmom, he always says, on the farm. I'm sure there was some church involved. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? From there, he went straight to college because they probably didn't want him in the streets, which is dope. And then from there, went to NFL and killed it. Mm-hmm. Where was room for hip-hop? Where was room for him to be in the culture? And it shows, man. You could just look at his interviews, man. Like, he went from interviewing Cat Williams to Tony Yayo. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go from Cat Williams to Tony Yayo?
Now I will say this: Tony Yayo's a friend of the show, but I know you got some issues with Tony Yayo.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with the guys that want to be tough on the internet. I just ain't into that. You know what I'm saying?
What is the beef with Tony Yayo?
I mean, you got to ask him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, listen. He loved 50 to death. So if anything, he should be fucking. Motherfucking, he should be like, it's shaking my hand, because I surely did help him that night at the Hit Factory when he had the gun with no bullets in it. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm. Listen, this is a fact, and I've said this, but I'm going to make this clear. I wasn't the only one sitting in the Sony studio that night when he came and told his story. It was about 6 or 7, 8 niggas in there, the Made Men and a bunch of other niggas. When that nigga walked in with Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And had a fucking revolver and said that homie, and I didn't know Ja Rule. From a can of paint, I knew his music, I knew Murder Inc. But I had never met him, never been around him, nothing. They would ride up the street at the Hit Factory. That nigga said, yeah, man, it ain't no guns in the bullet. I mean, and shit, like.
No bullets in the gun.
No bullets in the gun, man. It was a revolver, and a little small one. The handle might have even been off it. You know how, like, the wood handle comes out? Probably some black tape. And he said, now, Yayo's story was, man, 50 had the big nickel-plated thing, and they lucky he didn't. No, tell the story the way it was, bro. Because your man already told the fucking story. Maybe if that didn't happen, then people gonna believe him anyways, because anybody that's Eminem's friend, it don't matter what you say. The sky's fucking rainbow green. That's what it is. So, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? 50 told the story. So to me, you're lying. You just you out here stop. You don't have to project that tough guy shit all day, every day. Lord knows I don't try to do that. I love people. I love. Listen, man, 50 will go down to be one of the most successful rap artists in our history. All right, that's beyond legendary status. Word. The shit that he's accomplished, beyond that, there's only a handful that will be in that ring. All right. But at the end of the day, man, the tough guy shit at 50 years old, you still want to be out here talking that shit? I'm not with it, because I lost too many niggas. And I'm not super nigga. Nigga can get me, but what happens after you get me? You think that's it after that? No, this is when the real hell starts. So my thing is, let's just be cool. You know what I mean? Everything. He gave, the first shot he went up there and started talking about. He gave me a pass when he seen me and all this. I'm like, damn, what the fuck, bro? But
for us, right? Like for us is, because we're younger, right? Mm-hmm. When I think of Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, 50 Cent, right, in that era, just the three of them, because that's how it started. Young Buck was way after,
right?
Okay.
When I think of it, I remember those phone calls from Rikers that Tony Yayo was calling in and doing the freestyles over there. So,
Did you know about the cereal being poured on his head at Rikers?
Nah.
He ain't telling that story either. He got all the stories, but you know what I'm saying?
So what happened with the cereal? Somebody poured cereal?
Yeah, dude from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Poured cereal on his head and the child. He didn't do shit.
Oh, I ain't never hear about that one.
Oh, that's all over the place. Everybody knows about that. And look, and listen, shit happens. Hey, man, again, man, at the end of the day, it might have been a situation where if he did or whatever, but you had to kill me. After that, stab me the fuck up after that. Yeah, man, that's it for me. Cereal, cornflakes dripping all down your fucking ear and soggy, like, nah. You're gonna have to send me to the infirmary because, man, So I'm just saying, man, like, we've all passed that. We survived that. Why does everything have to come on here with all that? I gave him passes and he was this, and man, Fifth was this. It's like that's just over with. Like you giving the wrong examples to these kids out here. We trying to save these motherfuckers. Like you survived it, bro. Like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. It's over with. Any beef that was back then, why does it have to keep coming up now? That's my thing. That shit is so far beyond, but I get it. Clicks and comments. So, okay, shit, when I get this in front of me, I'm going to tell my stories. Yeah, because that happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that happened. You know, when that shit happened with Jimi Hendrix, his mom's crib got shot up. You know, there's all kind of things that happened to him that I'm sure wasn't too favorable. So why are you still on here trying to promote that street shit?
Now, you know what? I give Yayo props for this. He called me and basically was talking about the henchman situation where he was telling me, he's like, you got to stop doing these shows out the crib. You don't never know when it could go sour. He said, and you like inviting.
He's right.
He's like, you like inviting some.
He's absolutely no Danza. No. I'm gonna give Mr. This. I get props with props is done. He's right. And for him to give that to you, that's dope. You got to think about that. It might be time to move it to another spot. You know what I'm saying? Dope as this is, but and then maybe if you do it here, just do it with motherfuckers you know. You know, you can have two spots.
Word, yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers you can't bring everybody. You know what I'm saying?
You know, we handpick who come up here for the most part.
But he's right though. The internet.
His homie and that homie.
It's the internet, bro. You know, anything can go fucking left. So you know what I mean. So you know, and it's funny because when I'm looking at him. You know, when he talks and everything, it's like, again, I don't see bad in everybody. I don't see all bad in people. Like, I see pockets of goodness, but it's just, the problem with men have to always feel like you have to put up this wall of toughness, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of your life. And it's like, you don't.
But does he always, like, they joke around a lot, right? 50 Cent posted a clip of, I don't know if you remember this clip. 50 Cent's doing a song, he's performing, he said, I'll keep it on me, right there in my ass crack, right? And Tony Yayo pulled his pants down right in the middle of it, and they trolled. And
that's different type of humor for me, you know what I'm saying? But God bless him, you know what I'm saying? Me and my niggas, I guess we joke different, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm glad I didn't see that clip.
But what I'm saying is, like, they had this sense of humor, they joke around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but not everybody's gonna have the sense of humor. Like, again, when you tell the story about the situation that happened in Miami, why are you rehashing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I'm just gonna sit back and not say anything? I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you stop trying to make it seem like you tougher than me or you tough or you, because it ain't like that. Everybody could die. That's how we, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody is born to die. So just, if anything, my nigga, you should be mending fences. Like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool that Zeno held 50 out, you know what I'm saying? And then the next interview I'm doing, he said that, whoa, yo, shout out to Tony Yayo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. Give respect and you get respect. But these niggas, a lot of these niggas get hyped up by these dickhead ass commenters out there. There's so many of them. And that's what feeds their insecurities. That's what feeds their motivation. I don't need that. I'm a cool ass dude, man. Like, I don't run around with the screw face all day and all night. And yeah, I love to smile and I love to have fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't do butt crack jokes with my boys, but we do other jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You mentioned early on in the situation with Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti recently passed.
Rest in peace.
Right.
To Irv Gotti.
Was that
legendary?
How was your relationship with Irv?
You know, me and Irv, my relationship was really with Rule and really all the other, like the street guys of Murder Inc., like the crew. like I was really close with the crew, like the niggas behind the cameras and the side, you know what I'm saying? With the, but me and Ja was cool because we lived damn near next door. Kids went to, Coi went to school with his daughter. Taj went to school with his son. So they grew up together when we was in Jersey, the time we was in Jersey. So, but Irv would come and go when I'd be with Rue and them, you know what I'm saying? It was a mutual respect. I looked at Irv in the same light as kind of like Dame, just real cocky. You know what I'm saying? Like, cocky as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Another mogul.
Cocky as hell, so, but again, brought us some of the greatest music catalog that was, in the history. That's why when Shannon Sharpe referred to Ja Rule's low-hanging fruit when they were talking to Tony Yayo, I'm just like, see what I'm saying? This is what gives you the right to say that, man. Come on.
Ja Rule had it.
Come on, man. Like, to me, you don't know hip-hop. You can't know hip-hop if that's how. And then if you're allowing Yayo to go at Ja, at least get Ja on your show so he can fucking rebuttal. That's who you want, is Ja on your doing an interview. I guess when you can't get 50, they're like, well, the next best thing is Yayo. Yeah, and not even saying that, but that's what's happening. No, but they can't get 50, so Yayo goes and gets the money. And Yayo sits there for an hour talking about 50.
Yayo's a dope interview, though. He's a good. He's
telling 50 stories. He's telling 50 Cent stories. Take away the 50 Cent stories. Is it a dope interview? What the fuck is he gonna have to talk about?
He could pop his shit.
Chris Gotti. He stated that. I don't know if you heard that viral clip where he mentions and how he played a basketball game with 50 and he punked him up and down that court.
Chris said that?
Yeah.
Shit. Why would he lie about that? I don't think it does anybody any good at our big ass ages to be lying over that. You know what I'm saying? He probably did, but 50 was probably young and coming up. You know what I'm saying? And Chris probably had about 13 niggas over there on the side too. You just don't know the situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that situation is never good. I got caught up in that. I was really collateral damage because I really didn't have no problem with 50 at all. This was because I guess me and Ja got cool. He's with 50. I'm at the time Eminem. They're together, so it's looking like me and Ja are together. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on tour with him. You know what I mean? And we was living next door, man. He come over the crib. I go over his crib. The fucking kids would stay the night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, all this happened at the same time. So. But me and 50 never had no fucking beef. But I made about 4 or 5 diss songs about 50, and 50 made songs about me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Game made a song about me. It was G-Unit, Shady, all those groups against me. It was just me. You know what I'm saying? Obi Trice took a shot, the D12 guys, everybody. 50, Game. It was the whole crew against Zeno. It was,
Now I like to keep it a buck. I always like to keep it a buck. You just recently did the mic drop freestyle, right? Yeah. The first one. Now people are clowning you. They're making skits and shit like that.
Killed it. I killed it. Yeah, that skit that was all homage, as far as I'm concerned. That shit was. I killed that.
I ain't gonna lie. The first track I really wasn't fucking with. You did the
Rock the Party.
The Rock the Party shit.
No, you like Rock the Party?
No, whoa. I love Rock the Party, right? The original. The remix you did was fire.
Oh, I appreciate that.
That shit was fire.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm saying, but the first look, we was in some town in Zanesville. I was in Zanesville, Ohio, right? Zanesville. Shout out to Zanesville, Ohio. And I was staying at the fucking, I don't know where we were staying, and this dude wanted to do a podcast. So I hadn't got to the hotel yet. I said, meet me at the hotel, I'll be there in an hour. And then he didn't want to do a podcast. He wanted to do a mic drop. And I was like, I got the perfect song for it. I had just wrote. Shout out to Mike the Rock Man, the producer. That's my dog. We just did it on Y&Z. And I loved that song, man. I killed that shit. And shout out to Tommy, the engineer. Like, I did it, and motherfuckers got on it, man. I couldn't believe. I'm talking millions of views, like on platforms, man. It was, and I still ain't even dropped it on iTunes or nothing. I just do music because I like to do music. You know what I'm saying?
But why the hell were you in the pool with jeans on?
No, that was Nadilacs, my dog Nadilac.
Yeah, that was something else.
Boss Money.
What were you thinking?
I was drunk as fuck. You know how I act when I really don't know how to act when I'm drunk, man. That's like you, same shit. You want to fight everybody and shit. Miguel's one of them niggas that take off his shirt at the end of the club and want to fight the whole club.
Word, it used to be that way.
Find any ale house and you'll see at the end at the let out, and you're gonna see Miguel wanting to fight. If you see a nigga over there with his shirt off, drunk as fuck, wanting to fight somebody, it's Miguel, yo. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right.
Any ale house in Miami, yo. Miller Ale House, yo.
Oh shit, that is wild. Though.
Come on, man.
But
yeah, I was in the pool. It was a video. I was drunk as fuck, man. Somebody, you know, I got booked for the show, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a pool inside the club." So I'm thinking some dope ass indoor pool.
Yeah, getting creative.
They went and got the Walmart pool. Stuck it in the middle of the strip club. And put the hose water in it. I was so fucked up, man. But that shit went viral, man. You know,
that shit went viral.
Super Ray posted that shit. It was I don't be knowing shit go viral. It just, you know what I'm saying? It just happens, man.
Yeah,
it's dope.
A few months ago, you had some words for Jim Jones. After his questioning Nas's legacy.
Yes. I mean, Jim's going through a lot of internet shit right now. But that was kind of. I just feel like, and I don't think you're gonna see that no more. I think Jim doing that made people realize. I don't think you'll ever see anybody go at any legendary artist like that anymore, because I don't think it really worked out the way Jim probably wanted to. I know it got him notoriety, and he really hasn't stopped since then. You know, you got to give Jim his props because he's been riding the algorithm like a motherfucker. You know, for good or bad. All right.
Yeah.
But that right there, I guess, what started. But you know, me again, man. Hip hop. I love hip hop. Hip hop is the reason I am living. Nas is one of those guys that you put in the ring with 50 as far as accomplishments in hip hop, and not just rap, but the whole gambit of
he just got a casino.
Film, everything. He just got to go for a casino. And that's big for huge. Queens. That's beyond huge. Like look at what hip hop's done. The type of influence that hip hop's done when you look at stuff like that. This is Nas from Queensbridge, and you know, and I've known those guys from the start, man. I mean, I remember we was at the Palladium getting ready to fight. His crew, our crew, over a fucking dressing room. That was the first time we ever met, and I remember we was strapped. They was strapped. They was deep as fuck. We was deep as fuck. Shout out to Hood Boss Roscoe, Free Hood Boss Roscoe. Him and Wiz came face to face. Salute to Wiz. Those are all my niggas now. Me and LES kind of squashed it. Karma has prevailed, and then man, we've been close to them and Mobb Deep ever since. We're just Queensbridge niggas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The infamous Mobb, all those guys, man. And I just feel like, you know, and Jim knows better. You know what I'm saying? Like really, come on, man. Like Jim knows better, but I understand algorithm purposes and everything.
Yeah, it served its purpose.
Yeah, I guess it did. I guess it did. But Nas stayed quiet, and then once you start seeing he got approved for the $5 billion casino, what the fuck can you say, bro?
Yeah. I don't need to speak.
What's a better comeback than that?
Facts. Now, Kato and I don't want to be your cornerman.
Okay.
But you did challenge Jim Jones to a celebrity boxing match.
Well, no. What I said was because he offered Cam for $10 million.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, hey, shit, I'll take that $10 million. No, $1 million. Yeah, see, let me tell you something. And honestly, I'm being this, and there's no disrespect to anybody. If someone's going for 3 rounds, I'm boxing anybody for $1 million, bro.
Facts, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm boxing. I don't give a fuck who you are.
I start feeling real good.
The 50 thing, we started. There was these people that was gonna put up people from Fire Festival.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name that went to jail? He's cool as hell.
I know who you're talking about.
The white guy. Oh man, he's cool as fuck.
Skrelly? Is that who's
Nah, not Skrelly. That's that Martin Skrelly. That was the
Yeah.
Wu-Tang situation.
I remember this shit because that was with the Ja Rule situation.
All right. Well, anyways, fuck man, I'm the name, man.
Billy McFarlane.
Yeah. So Billy was gonna give 52.5 and me $1 million if he would have took it, and 90-second rounds.
But this dude was Golden Gloves, right? 50 Cent.
That nigga could have been a heavyweight champ. I need that $1 million, bro.
Yeah.
I need it. I'll fight Tyson for $1 million.
That's so
Yeah,
real.
word. Hell yeah.
I would too, guys. I mean, come on, man. Who the fuck are M Cash?
That's so real.
Come on, bro. I mean, like, I'm not no boxer, bro. I'm 60 years old. I'm in pretty good shape, but it's like I'm not a boxer.
And I know how to count money.
But I know how to throw them things for 90 seconds in 3 rounds. Win, lose, or draw, I'm walking out that bitch with $1 million.
Good game.
Yeah,
I'm flying straight to an island after that. I'm not even black eye and all, busted lip and all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I think that's dope. You know, honestly, I was hoping to God 50 was gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, damn.
Yeah, that shit would be.
You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to think that I'm just trying to be this tough guy and just calling people out. Nah. I mean,
It is a good bag.
Celebrity boxing, like this bag for Javante. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Look how big Jake Paul is. Like, he couldn't turn that. Javante couldn't turn. Javante wasn't going to make that money in regular boxing, you know, regular boxing match even for a belt. So he's like, after this, he's going to retire. I get it. Who the fuck want to keep boxing all day again? Punched in the face all their life.
Yeah,
so they could be. That's all, folks. Yeah, man. You get to get out the game and keep his sanity, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word.
Yeah, for real. So you know, you say what you want about Jake Paul, but he's getting these niggas paid. He's getting these niggas a fucking bag, man.
Word.
Straight up, man. So you know,
You're watching them shit.
Yeah, when it comes to this podcast and shit, right? There's a lot of podcasts. You know, we bring you up here, and I'm sure that sometimes, you know, although right now you're really not promoting something, right? And then you get called on these platforms, you go viral. Do you always get compensated every time you're doing these?
Nah. Listen, man. All right. You know, I love Nori. I love Nori. That's my brother. And he'll say the same thing, you know, because we friends outside the industry. We lived together in the building right up the street, Miami. We first kind of came down to Miami together. You know what I'm saying? And the shit he's done is just amazing, because just like I watched you, I watched him from the beginning.
And we went to Juicy Juice that his wife
Right,
owns.
yeah, absolutely. And
Shout out to
and he
Mary.
keeps the same crew. He's a great guy. You know, that particular interview I did, you know what I'm saying, where I got super toasty.
Yeah.
I drunk the fifth. And, you know what I'm saying? That interview.
Why?
That interview made
That was a real moment.
That interview, I'm sure, made a lot of money. Now I don't know how much, because I don't really understand this YouTube money thing and this viral money shit. But I didn't get nothing for that. You know what I'm saying? And you know.
Couple of olives.
I know the slang. Couple of olives.
Hey, the drinks is
Stevie J, that's how Stevie do it. Couple of olives. Just how Stevie do it. That's funny. Oh shit, yeah. And you know, I know the particular ones before that, you know, but that particular one I know did some money.
Right.
So if you're out there, Nori, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You always treat me good, bro.
I appreciate
always
that.
compensate. You are, and I've watched your guests always be happy. So you know what I'm saying? You do it right, Miguel. And I'm gonna tell you, that's how you win. When you do things right, you win. It's just the natural way of the universe. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I appreciate that. You know, because this is how, you know, a lot of us, this is how we getting our money now. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, shit, I don't do, although I still get paid for features and shit. I just got paid for a feature
That's tight.
over the weekend in South Carolina, and I got a feature to do down here. So I get my little twos and fews, but this is how I'm paying the bills too with these podcasts. So
that's fine.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I appreciate it, man. And you know, yeah, you know.
They should be.
You know, because hey, listen, I looked at the numbers on that, and I was like, I know they watched the whole thing. And this young nigga told me, like, yo, Benzino, it ain't the viewers, it's the watch hours.
It is.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, the watch hours,
He's trying to explain it to me. He's like, if they sit there and watch that bitch, and I know they watch that, because, you know what I mean, I got super, I'll never do that again.
That was that moment.
That's the show
what
to do it.
What more do you want from me?
Look, I'm gonna be honest.
That Tyrese shit.
I'm gonna be honest. One day, try to do an interview super toasty, not semi-toasty.
Been there.
Yeah, we've done it.
Been there.
Super toasty.
Oh yeah.
Been there.
I mean, bro, we used to kill
Been there.
the Bobby Schmurder one.
Yes.
Y'all was super toasty?
Oh man. The Bobby Shmurda when we said some wild
I gotta look
shit.
at that. I gotta look at that.
Yeah,
I've seen some of the clips, but I gotta go look at the whole thing.
we were
But
smacked.
Bobby's a funny motherfucker.
bro.
Like I made it to the couch and that was as far as I got to. I couldn't get to the bed.
For real?
Yeah, I was fucked.
Oh, I gotta see that one.
Yeah, I was done for. The Suki shit, I was toasty.
Toasty? Oh, you was toasty on Suki?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I watched that. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I was toasty. Yeah, because sometimes we just, I mean.
But you're a jinker though, so maybe your toasty isn't my toasty.
You know what? For whatever reason, while the lights are on, I can hold my composure decently well. But as soon as people leave, I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's been shows plenty of times. Orlando
that's the good.
Orlando Brown.
was
I had
a funny ass show.
I beat Orlando Brown up.
I mean, well, yeah, you had to kind of go.
I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't beat him up bad.
Have
like,
you talked to him lately?
I had another show with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he's all right. He's good.
It was like night and
Comes
day.
and goes.
He was good during the
He
show.
comes and goes.
He was good during. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. He was good during the show. I gave him money, right? I gave him a pretty decent bag because we had to do the reunion show.
Okay.
And it got crazy.
Right.
The next day, he calls me dead ass on the phone and he's like, "Do I go to Japan, or do I go to Japan, or do I go to Tokyo?" And I'm like, "Do you know who you just called?" He said, "Brother Danza, I'm asking you one more time."
That's what he calls him.
And I was like, I don't know. What are you saying this for? He's like, "Because my family is gone."
Oh man.
So I'm like, I'm lost. Like, you're gonna have to explain it to me. So he explains it to me, and then I'm checking up on him.
He got kicked out probably.
I think that she left or some shit. Some shit happened.
Yeah.
So then
one or the other. Yeah.
And then he calls me the next day, and he's like, "You got 1 hour." I said, "I got an hour." I said, "You know who you calling?" He's like, "Brother Danza." And I'm like, "An hour for what?" "I want my family back. I know what you did. You brought me out there to take my family from me. And you kidnapped them, and I want them back." And I'm like,
are we playing?
There's no chance.
Are we on?
Yeah. And I'm like, this dude's got to be joking. You recorded it. Yeah. We have this
That nigga
recorded.
was high as giraffe pussy. Trust me.
And then the next day I seen that he went viral for being online looking like he's high.
Yeah, easy.
And then I hit him up. I still followed up. I follow up. He said that he opened up a chicken restaurant or some shit like that. Orlando's famous chicken.
Some of these guys, they get a little bread.
I'm like, yo, I'm going to pull up, right? Let me see. This is all I got to do is press play.
Uh-oh.
That's crazy.
I'm tripping?
You wildin' out. You gotta fix this shit.
I'm so confused, though. Fix what? What happened?
You have to be confused. You have to be confused. Like, you definitely should have been at Versace's house last night with me. You should have. Because you would know how I roll. Right now, it's very disrespectful what they're trying to pull off. Orlando Brown going home? Man, come on, bro. That's on top. Yep. That's on top, bro. That's on top, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everything else, I'm not understanding, bro. And y'all niggas are behind that shit. That's what you're getting. That's what you're hearing.
You think I'm behind it?
He's talking in riddles.
You're behind this shit, nigga. What are you talking about?
Wait, you think I'm behind what?
That's right.
I'm so confused on it.
I can't be specific and be disrespectful. You're weird. You gonna make me do that. That's weird. I can't tell you doing this and you doing that when you're not doing nothing.
I would say,
But I had to hear it, though, because it's so interesting.
Man, call me back.
I wouldn't even say call me back.
But anyways, he's telling me that I kidnapped his family, right? And he's clearly out of his fucking mind. So anyways, I keep following up with him. Just like 2 weeks ago, he's got this chicken spot that he opens up.
Oh, so it did happen.
He's got a flyer for it at least. So I'm like, yo, that's dope. I'm proud of you.
Right.
I'm gonna stop by. Next day I messaged him and I'm like, hope all is well. He's like, you weird, bro. He's like, he said some shit like, I've been telling you enough to leave me the fuck alone, and you keep harassing me, and I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to take away from me, and I'm like, all right, this dude is really fried.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you know, sometimes you can't give your personal number out to everybody.
Yeah, word.
It's just, everybody can't get the personal number, man.
So what was I saying about that? We were talking about the controversial guest, ended up beating him up.
Yeah,
what were we talking about?
We were talking about getting drunk.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I was fucked up. And then getting into this podcast and shit, getting back to it, right? You had a very viral episode with the podcaster I've never heard of before, White Boy, that you went crazy.
Oh, Doodoo Chain, right? The Doodoo Chain,
the one that you ended up having to call a cracker.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Everyone's looking for the viral moment, man, and he that was his crib, and everything was good. We smoking, and he wanted because that was my second time. The first time he's asking Source, and it's good vibe, good energy. Then you could tell, I could tell when somebody put him up to it, like, you know, do this to get the viral moment.
Say it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And it, you know, he probably, you know, I'm up in Boston, man. Like again, it probably, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's certain things about the Eminem thing and about the whole white situation and black situation that gets misconstrued. I believe hip-hop is for everybody. I believe that's what's beautiful. I think the number one thing about hip-hop is it merges all the cultures in the world. And I mean that, and I've documented saying that for the last 30 years. But it's something about, you know, the Eminem thing that they, you know, I guess white people want to prove their worth in hip hop to me. Like their guilt shows with me. Like they think that I think that they don't belong, and they, you know, and they hold that personal, and you know they can't think that based on the Eminem beef. That's because that's where they're getting it from. You know, because honestly, you know, I Beastie Boys was the Fresh Fest. Like, come on, and not even just hip hop. Do you understand how many white artists that don't even like fucking I listen to, like James Hetfield is one of the coolest, dopest white men on earth. The Metallica lead singer, like honestly, like Kurt Cobain was one of the dopest. Like I can name white dudes in different genres of music. Herb Alpert, blow the fucking horn, like you know what I mean, that are amazing, man. Kenny G, I can go on and on. Michael McDonald, you know what I'm saying? So it isn't, yeah, I can go on and on, man. It is, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Fleetwood Mac, I can go on and on, like literally. My thing is, I don't have to, because if you're gonna think the way you think. But if you want to base that just on the Eminem beef, then you just have a shallow mind. If you think that I'm racist because of the Eminem beef, then your mind is too shallow. It's just, you're just shallow,
you don't
bro.
know the full story.
Yeah, because you're just basing it off of him. I wasn't put on this earth to like Eminem. I wasn't put on this earth. Like, I don't have to like Eminem. And I understand maybe because I'm with the Source, and that's what probably kind of clouds up things maybe, but it's not just Eminem. There's a lot of black artists that I don't listen to. You know, I didn't say he sucked, and I wouldn't say he sucked because he doesn't suck, but his type of hip-hop, and we've talked about this, but they take that personal, like, oh man, he doesn't think white, you know, like I'm the poster boy for the guy that they, you know, he thinks that white people don't belong in hip-hop. And that just isn't it, bro. That's not it. And you know.
What about Millie's?
You know,
you supported him.
I like Millie's because Millie's goes on podcasts and talks good about me. Like, to me, that's from Boston. Oh, that's hard to find somebody from Boston. Even I'm from Boston. Like, niggas is so fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to get support out of Boston. And never mind say something good about you. So when I seen the podcast and he was bigging me up, then yeah, I'm going to big him up.
Yeah, he said that, give respect, get respect.
Man, I'm going to big him the fuck up. Like, why not? That nigga's bigging me up. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And his music, I think he aight. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple of joints I like, but you know what I mean? I'm not necessarily a Millie's fan, you know what I'm saying? As far as musically, you know what I mean? There's a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've been living down south for a minute now, from Miami straight to Atlanta.
Right.
So what I listen to, you know what I'm saying, as far as East Coast, I'm gonna love the hottest shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the new guys, there's a lot of new guys from the East Coast I just don't listen to. But you know, there's a lot, I listen to a lot of South shit and a lot of kind of trap and, you know what I'm saying? But that Mobb Deep fucking album is
fire.
Oh, it brought me back to who I was in hip hop. It really did something to me, man. Like,
that's a good album.
I'm glad that we're talking about this because, you know, Millie's is dope, but when you hear P and Alchemist and P and Have, man, it just makes you be like, damn, that's who the fuck I am. That brings you back to, it brought me back to Boston and Four Corners.
It definitely has
yeah, man, like it brings you, and it made you really realize how bad we needed it. When you listen to that, it just, man, I feel so fucking bad P ain't here.
Word.
I was in Vegas when he died, man. Like, let me tell you the craziest story. Me and, I pull up with Nori, I think. And Nori goes on stage, and I think I went on stage with Nori. And Nori was like, yo, what up to Nori? They had just got off stage. And I remember I seen Hav, and I was like, Hav, what's up with P? He said he went back to the hotel. I was like, damn, because, you know what I'm saying? Because we pulled up, and their concert was still going on. And I remember when Hav was getting off stage, I was like, what's up with P? And he was like, yeah, he at the hotel. And then he died. When I heard he died in Vegas, I couldn't believe it. So the last I heard them when we was outside, I heard them doing Shook Ones. Mind you, I heard them. We was behind the fucking, because it was an outside show. And we listening to him, we like, yo.
Yeah. Anytime they come on.
Then Nori was coming on next, and then that's when them niggas got off. So, yeah, man, when I heard fucking Taj Mahal, man, and I you know, I bought the album. The album's fucking amazing, man. It just brought me back to like, damn, could hip hop get back to this? You know what I'm saying? Ghostface's joint, like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word, yeah,
bro, like, come on, man, like.
Raekwon shit hard too. Raekwon got a new one too.
I'm gonna tell you though, but it happened. But without the production, it don't happen. Because a lot of these rappers are coming out with shit, and it's like,
facts.
But without the production,
yeah, you got to bring it back to the essence.
It don't happen. You know what I'm saying? That feeling don't happen. When I heard Prodigy over that Taj Mahal beat, that brought me, and I needed to go back because I've been taken away. All these years listening to this new shit, and all these years with the internet, and all these new rules and this new shit, it's taken us away from the essence, bro. And I didn't realize that until I just fucking heard Prodigy's Taj Mahal and Mobb Deep's Taj Mahal. I realized how far we've been taken away from.
One of my favorite albums is right now that I've been listening to is ADHD 2 by Joyner Lucas.
You fuck with Joyner?
Yeah, I like Joyner.
I don't like Joyner. He's another one. I can't get into his music.
He's not everybody's taste.
But he's ill. Joyner, Millie's, I just can't get into their music, man. And I don't want people to get mad at me at that, and especially Millie's because he supports me, but I know what I like what I like. If I like your shit, I'm gonna like your shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to have a name. I'm just gonna feel it. You know, and I know he makes good music, so I'm not saying anything, but just something for me to get that Taj Mahal feel, I don't get that.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
I don't get that from them. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. And I know we live in a time now where you kind of train yourself to like things.
True, too.
Before, just like, oh shit, that shit is dope. There wasn't no,
I like it.
You know what I mean? It just hits you. Like nowadays, you gotta like train your mind and look to see who's following it and look to see the algorithm. It's too much involved with liking music now. It's almost like, do you really like it?
So much of it too.
Like, do you really like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there other things that's influencing you to like it? Because before it was just the music.
But they were saying that too about like how people sampling songs that were already hits. And so now you're regurgitating this hit based off another hit. And so it's like, I already like this song, so it almost didn't matter what you even said on this shit.
Yeah. Well, now a lot of these rappers are sampling shit that from the 90s.
That are huge.
So we already heard those songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just as time goes on. But I just think we need more shit like Prodigies to bring it back, because if we don't, it just feels so. The feeling feels so good for me. I don't know if it's because I'm older, and I'm wondering how the younger crowd's taking to it, if they like it. You know, that's going to be kind of.
Yeah, they don't really care about it.
And that's what's fucked up. So right now, Ghostface said it. He said we should just make 2 genres at this point.
Yeah, word.
2 radio stations.
Yeah.
The ones that play this and ones that play that. Not just like old school. No. I'm talking new shit, but just for a different group of people. Because everybody's trying to mix in the young with the new, with the this, with the that. It's all over the fucking place.
It is.
Yeah.
Country, pop, yeah.
Do y'all like, what's his name? Shaboopsy? Y'all like, what's his name? Shaboopsy?
Yeah, he's dope.
I only know the one song.
I've heard a couple of his songs. For what he does, he's dope. He's bridging that gap too. Because some of them tracks, he's still rapping.
Back to that podcasting. Mm-hmm. Is everything good with VladTV? Because I know there was a narrative that you threatened.
I'm just tired of Vlad, man. Vlad is just like Vlad. You fucking with me, Vlad, or you're not fucking with me, Vlad. You like me, you don't. It's all Vlad's all over the place, man. I just think that like I've known Vlad since day one when he interviewed me without the camera, and all you hear is my voice. When you go pull up DJ Vlad Benzino, you'll see one of them that's like 14 years ago where he's interviewing me. You just see pictures, just audio.
Old school.
Come on, man. So it's like, and I've done so many interviews with him. Then at one time when it was time to get paid, I don't get my money. Like with this cat, we in the time of Cash App. I'm doing these things for my money. Send me my money. Nigga, this is 4 days later. And then he's like, well, you got to call. What do you mean I got to call somebody for $1,000? $1,500? Like I got to call somebody for that? Just send me a fucking... So if I'm calling a lady and she's giving me to run around and she's going to hear it, it's not that I'm threatening her. I'm just saying my fucking money, bitch. My money? You know, what the fuck is the matter with you? He put her in the line of fire for that. You know, you're supposed to answer that. The fuck? Yeah, what am I supposed to say? The fuck? You did that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, when me and Sean Prez is doing the interviews and everything, I'm thinking like shit's going good. And he's still talking shit. So now he got Tony Yayo. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Vlad he's another one all over the fucking place, man. Vlad just, you know, like I got a house in Calabasas. I wear Louis Vuitton. I wear Louis Vuitton shoes with no socks.
I fuck with Vlad, man. I be talking to him a lot.
Vlad's a fucking the Amish he's the Amish fucking pirate. I don't know. These guys, man, hip hop boy, I don't know, man.
Let's say the Source magazine is out today, you're still running it.
Man.
A lot of the music now, right? The hot albums, those people have the narrative, this person's a rat, that person's a rat. Oh, would you be able to put Gunna on the cover of your album?
On the cover of
on the cover of the Source?
Absolutely. Gunna would have got the cover. He 100% would have got the cover. Yes.
Word.
He's killing him right now.
100%. And that cover would have been dope. Now again,
but what if it's somebody you consider a rat?
A rat is somebody that points on, that sends people away.
So Charleston White drops an album. It's a fire album. But does he go on the cover?
No, because I don't like Charleston White.
Straight.
And if I don't like you,
straight to it.
You're not even getting the magazine, dick face. You know what I'm saying? F-ladies. Yeah, nah. But no, I'm just saying that's not gonna. Everything. It doesn't matter if your album's hot and the people are fucking with you. Now it's funny that you say that because now I'm thinking, Gunna doesn't talk too much. So I'm wondering, would Gunna sell covers? Because like I said, he's that big of an artist that I'm sure he would. But I'm just saying how Ludacris could sell a lot of fucking...
it's all about the personality.
It's the personality, man. You know what I'm saying? Now Thug would have been a great cover. Word. You know, because when Thug came out, Thug is so animated now and so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's certain people make good covers. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You know, back then you was based on music, but I guess it was the first time people started like looking to you for the outside shit with music too, the personality. You know, the Source kind of like the first time that was happening in hip hop, that you just wasn't being judged on music. Right, like who you are and what you're doing and you know what I'm saying, how people were thinking about you. You know, that kind of morphed as the Source progressed and hip hop progressed. Mm-hmm. Hip hop started going that way. Absolutely.
Bia, Boston.
And now she from Malden. It's different. That's what I'm saying. Joyner Lucas from Worcester, Millie's from Cambridge, Bia's from Malden. It ain't Boston, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, what's her name? Amaretta said. It ain't Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, and you know, we take pride where we from. Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, South End, JP, Hyde Park, Mission. We take pride being from there because this is the place where it pops off at. But unfortunately, the powers that be have suppressed everything that's black in those areas, to whereas that people on the outside have kind of made it. And I said it, it's horrible. There needs to be somebody from Roxbury, Dorchester, South End, pop one of them, because there's a lot of talent, and you hear this everywhere, but it's true. There's some dope-ass Boston niggas up there, but because of the politics and how Boston is, it's hard. And that allows Joyner Lucas and Millies and people from everywhere but Boston, because they're not from Boston. And it makes a difference. It does.
So your team Cardi B? Between their beef?
No, I'm not. I just, I'm gonna be honest. Like when it comes to females, I come from the time of female spit. I like female spitters, and Nicki's a spitter, man.
Yeah.
Cardi is a great personality and she represents the hood. I just don't see her as a spitter. You know what I'm saying?
She be rapping on some things.
But she got people writing for her.
That's the yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, don't get me wrong. This is a music business. She makes amazing songs. Right. She's fucking done her thing. You know what I'm saying? Big up to her. Yeah. But me, I'm that Kim, Foxy. You know what I mean? Nicki came from that.
Yeah, it shows too.
You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
It ain't just sexy.
Cardi makes good songs because I'm sure she has a gang of writers for her, and she gets great beats, and her personality is just so amazing. Mm-hmm. But as far as spitting, the art of spitting, come on. You know what I'm saying? There isn't, and it's sad that we have. To me, there is no sides. Like, why does it have to be a side? You have a black and a Latino woman doing amazing shit. Came from nothing, millionaires, major influence on people all over the world, and the shit they was doing was just, man. How they got personal with the kids was just
super messy.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I don't think we've seen that.
It was nasty.
And that shows you the effect of the internet. If the internet was now, that never happens. Mm-hmm. Because their side are beefing with each other, and that's the whole thing. The obsessions of the fans help fuel this anger within the artist because they hype them up and they instigate it and they don't want to look bad. And so somebody says something, they have to say something even worse. And it's
such a bad look for culture, though.
Oh man, it's the worst look for the culture.
If you're outside looking in and you're like, look at these two mothers.
You don't talk about the kids, bro. Like it can't get any. Listen, when you look at it as hip hop and history goes on, we keep going lower and lower. That's a low point.
Cheaper.
In hip hop, that was. But the internet, it was last week, and people are gonna forget about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mark Wahlberg, Boston. What are your thoughts on him?
I mean, Marky, man, I've known Marky when Marky was smoking cigarettes, stealing radios out of motherfuckers' car. I think he stole my radio. I mean, honestly, I had a fucking Subaru station wagon at GNL Auto. This was probably fucking years ago, in the 80s, early 80s, and I was trying to get a system put in it, and a motherfucker broke into my shit at GNL Auto. Now, that's where he lived at, down in that section of Dorchester. It was the white area, because Dorchester hadn't been all black. It's like half Irish, half black. And yeah, man, I think he took my fucking radio. But our thing with Marky was, in Boston, we won the first Boston Music Award, right? Happy as hell. Couple years later, Marky wins it. We mad the motherfucker. We take the award, we smash it. We call the Boston Globe, the newspaper. We boycotting the Boston Music Award. How does this motherfucker? It's just a good vibration.
Good song, though.
Good vibration.
That's a classic, though.
He's on Calvin Klein with no shirt on. We're like, look at this shit. We mad the motherfucker. How does this happen? So, and then the new kids on the block.
Oh yeah,
it's like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening? Like, we hate this shit. So it was a time where I remember
new kids on the block.
Boston was ganged out at this time. At this time, everybody had really was kind of ganged out. The movie Colors came out. It hit Boston hard. So all blocks and projects now have their own sports teams, which is their colors. Ours was the Bruins, black and gold, and we took it serious. We burying guys in that. It was like, I guess how red and blue. It wasn't no blood and Crip. It was different teams and shit. So every project, every block had their team. Everybody took it serious. And, you know, we took ours serious. So we get a call that Marky Mark's getting ready to do Arsenio Hall wearing Bruin shit. Now, the fact that he's doing Arsenio and we ain't, we're like, this is fucked up. So we's like, nah, fuck that, man. He better not wear that shit on. He better not.
Damn, the word was out.
The word got out, so Donnie gives me a call, his brother. Donnie's like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, you tell him he can wear Red Sox, Celtics, anything but that Bruin shit. I said, bro, we when I told him, I said, man, we bury guys in this. I said, we take this serious, so he can't wear that. Yeah, he's a hard-headed man, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could talk to him. I'm like, all right. So we find out where his practices are. This was like 2 days before they was gonna fly out to go do Arsenio. Found out they was by Fenway Park at Mike Messina's. This was like where rock bands practice. We across the street and we park on the side. This was Fenway, it's right behind Fenway Park where the Green Monster is. And it was like, it's like Lansdowne Street. And we noticed that they're out front smoking weed, the Funky Bunch. Mm-hmm. We didn't see Marky. It was the Funky Bunch. It was the Funky Bunch.
I was always wondering what happened to the Funky Bunch.
You're getting ready to hear it right now. So there's about 4 of them and shit, right? And a couple of band members, man, we went down there, man. We ended up putting 2 of them niggas in the hospital. We broke one of them niggas' legs. I mean, we fucked him up. And I remember we was deep as shit. I remember they was like screaming, get Marky out of here. Get Marky out of here. So we running through this shit trying to catch him. And I don't know if they had a trap door or some shit. They got him up out of there. 2 days later, he's on Arsenio Hall. We watching. He had on Chicago White Sox shit.
Message received.
They didn't stop there. I get a call from his manager, Dick Scott. Now, Dick Scott was this older guy, rich motherfucking black dude, manager, like kind of came from that black exploitation era, like with the hat, the suits, you know what I'm saying? But Dick was gay. This was like the first, I was like, Dick was gay. You know, imagine that.
With a name like that.
But I'm gonna tell y'all this real talk. So Dick wanted to meet with me and shit, so we met. He was like, said, son, listen. He said, son, because he was older, fly as fuck, jewelry. How he looked. If he looked like he could be on one of the movies, just he had like gray hair, but he just was just a fly motherfucker, man. Glasses. I mean, this motherfucker was, you could tell he had money. And he was the reason why Marky got the Calvin Klein hat. He was like, look, son, man, everything doesn't have to be. And in other words, he had to sit down with me and he's telling me that everything, you know, doesn't have to always be about violence. And you can get a lot done if you just have a straight head and talk things out. And man, I was listening to him. He got us our own tour bus, paid for the tour bus. We went to New Jersey. He let us stay at his crib. Now, this man's gay. He has this huge crib in Inglewood, New Jersey with like 9 bedrooms with bathrooms, like with a jacuzzi tub in each bathroom. Okay. So that was not close to where Whitney Houston was staying. Inglewood, New Jersey. He let the whole crew, we're like 13 deep. This, you know, we get our own tour bus. Everybody's excited. Everybody was in their own room, some doubling up or whatever. We stayed overnight. The next day we left. And before he called me in his room, he said, come here, son. I go in his bedroom and shit, I sit down. And man, we were just talking, man. I had a great deal of respect for him, man. Like, I looked at him as like a father figure because we kept in touch. Gave me about $15,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, leave Marky alone. You know what I'm saying? He made a mistake, but I want to see you win. And I remember Maurice Starr, who was responsible for the New Kids and the New Edition, they had kidnapped his son. I helped get his son back in Boston and shit. Yeah.
See how that worked?
So, you know, yeah, man, bigger man. Then he died, man. I didn't go to his funeral, man. I wanted to, man, but man, Dick was a great dude, man. So it was like that Marky Mark situation enabled me to meet him. And I just remembered, like, again, he had open heart surgery, and I just was like, we would stay in touch. He would call me, I would call him and check up on him and shit. But yeah, he died, man. But he was a great man. Dick Scott. And my last name was Scott, so it's just, you know what I mean? It was just like, after that, me and Marky never ever spoke or never really had to. I mean, he blew up to be a fucking superstar, movie star.
He's doing his thing.
Oh my God, man. Can you believe it? And, Donnie, both of them. And again, I watched the start. You got to give them their flowers. Marky was he was mad because new kids wouldn't accept him. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But they was, Irish and Jewish, so they kind of stay with their own. You know what I'm saying? Which, look, you can't fault anybody, Boston was segregated. Blacks over here, whites over here. Y'all don't come over here, we don't come over there. We catch your ass over here, there's a problem. We catch y'all ass over here, there's a problem. And that's how it was growing up in Boston. So big up, to the Wahlberg. I had an apartment in Atlanta, where I was across the street from Wahlburgers. So every fucking day I had to see his picture on it. Him and his brothers on the side. I used to go in there and get the burgers. The burgers was good. The food was good.
He got a good spot.
There was a lot of rumors back then of him with racism and actually like real issues where I know there was like the issue that he threw rocks at black kids.
Absolutely. But that's how you grew up. And we grew up not like white kids, and
just what it was.
Just what it was. Like I said, if it wasn't for my father and me being involved with Italians and Irish on the street level, I would have thought all white people was bad. But that's how I really started understanding that all white people was bad was through his guys and through my situation with them. But because where he was from was super racist. Savin Hill, Fields Corner, back then in the 80s, super fucking racist. You get caught over there at Savin Hill train station. Matter of fact, they pushed a black man, killed him on the train. It was bad. And but as time went on, Dick was black, the manager that got him where he was. A few guys in the Funky Bunch were black. So I'm sure in his mind, he had to deal with him. The lady that sung Good Vibrations was black. So I'm sure at some point, at the end of the day, look, if you're white and you support white, there's absolutely nothing the matter with that. I don't fault nobody for repping their tribe. You know what I'm saying? But people can change. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, him enough now to know where his stance on when it comes to white and black. But, just knowing Dick Scott, whether he looked at Dick Scott as a business or whatever, I'm sure he respected Dick to get him where he's at. Because without Dick, there'd be no Mark Wahlberg at all.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
He said, hey, yo.
Dave Dash will have a field day with that.
There was a lot of
He'd be all kind of pause.
He said without Dick, there would be no Mark Wahlberg. Yo, there's where the Wahlburgers came from. I didn't want to say this, but you kind of let it there perfectly. I wanted to avoid this like the plague.
Yes,
right?
No, let's go. Come on, we got to talk about it.
But you say people change. He starts off, he's throwing the N-word around. White boy.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Right.
What about change for him?
Yeah, and you know what? When I seen him at the convention with Obama, surprised the fuck out of me. Oh, man. And I called a bunch of people and was like, look at that. It was a moment for me. I said, it threw me off, and I had to kind of figure things out because of, look, it's almost like I'm attached to this guy for years and for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah,
Never met him.
Hip-hop history.
But when he did that, it shocked me so much, and it just was like, wow, it threw me off my square. I didn't know how to take it, and then I had to, what do you mean I don't know how to take it? I had to talk to myself like, that shit is dope.
Like I kind of rock.
And he gets fucking, yes. Yeah. Yes, so of course you can change, and of course he can change. Now, I would like him to use his platform to speak more, go to more, and just do more of that. Because he doesn't understand how that helps. He has, what Eminem got to understand, and maybe they do understand this, and Rosenberg, I'm sure they do. But they got a lot of fans that are racist. They have to know that. And a lot of fans that don't deal with black people around the country that never even see black people. There are places in America that all around.
White America.
Yeah, so if he would just kind of just do a little more of that, and then just make himself more noticeable and more, people see him, like noticeable, because it's like, like if he would have showed up at Nipsey's funeral, do you understand how big that would have been for him? The optics for the culture.
Well, I feel like he'll get it bad either way.
No.
Show up. Or
If he would have showed up at Nipsey's funeral,
yeah, I agree.
He would have got a lot of respect. I mean, shit would have shot him. He doesn't understand.
Did
that
they know each other? Like, was there like?
Yeah, but
just saying what
as big as he was, he didn't have to. If he,
I think what he said is just like the statements that it could make for
hip hop.
Yeah, and bridging that gap.
And bridging the gap, because the gap needs to be bridged, and he plays a part of it. Hip hop is the biggest thing on the culture. You have a major part. Now, it's not your duty to do it, but goddamn, but that fucking Detroit over there with Obama, hey, I don't know where that came from, but he doesn't get his flowers for that. I ain't been hearing nobody talking about that. That was big, man. Yeah. Like, I'm still thrown off, like, why did he do that? And where does he stand now? Like that, that was a scratch your head moment, man. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't scratch my head because I want to give flowers. I mean, I got to give him up. You showed up. You was on stage with him. That took nuts. He went against MAGA. And the funny thing was, I know he threw a monkey wrench in them. I know because there's a lot of MAGA that loved him that was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I'm sure it was a real moment for them.
Yeah, Trump turned into Benzino.
Bro.
He's like, Eminem hasn't been relevant in decades.
Bro, but think about it though. Like,
yeah, he did make it.
There was millions of white people that are like, what? They don't know what to do now because he put them in a peculiar position. Because they're both so big and polarized figures as far as in the white community. It's like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? He don't like Trump? Now they're confused. I'm sure there's a lot of white people that really got confused by that move of him. Yeah. And they was real careful to criticize him. They criticized everybody else. Criticized the shit out of Trick when he was up there with Trump. But M didn't get criticized, you know what I'm saying? So, by white people. So they really are careful on how they treat him. And it was a weird moment, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you brought that up because I'm like, of course somebody can change. That's what you have to do. You have to change. That's what we all have to do at some point. And it's supposed to be changing as the generations go on, but it seems like it's going backwards. So, I don't know.
Well, that was another great one. It's a great one. It's a great interview.
Yeah.
Great
No. This was one, you know what I mean? We always have them.
Yeah.
And it was a great time at the gym, man. I love you, man. Come on, we here. It's deeper than rap with us, man. For real, like at this point, and you know what I'm saying? It's an honor to sit on you guys' shit and
Pause. Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? Tell me what's a pause. I'm not sitting on your shit, yo. Sorry, man.
Can't say nothing.
Oh, God. Let me just shut the fuck up and say thank you and shit.
Niggas can't even show love.
Orlando, that's a good place to end the goddamn interview, my brother.
Hell yeah.
Benzino, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, man.
Hey,
we're going to work out. I'm here for the week, so we're going to go get
hell yeah.
Cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Sign us off.